that intro was. Yeah, so here I am. We are going to write some things. Hey Sam, hey Dale, hey Fled, hey Ether. How's everybody doing? I'm going to write out a couple of commands. Twitch.tv, Windy Beard Game. I don't even have a windy command, right? It sounded like a wee attempt. AC17R. Yeah, 20 seconds later. I tend to start at this time. Usually it's at about 8:40. I tell my wife I have to go, and she says, "No, stay." And I say it's 8:40 every day. Let me just take yesterday's today command and make it for today. This is how we do things here. Edit com today, Tuesday. Adam's going to be working on a feature all week that's described here. After that, he's probably going to go back to thinking, yeah, okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, the schedule does mention 9 a.m. And part of the reason I have that there, so yesterday you came in after lunchtime, and then I took a break 30 minutes before the end of the stream. So you did get to see one of the timers that I had. But I have those BRB timers, and it says ETA, whatever, 5 minutes and 24 seconds. In all the time streaming, I have never violated this ETA. It has never gone below 0. And I try to make it so that my stream starting time is the same way. Now what that ends up being is that I'm usually somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes early. So it's a bit of false advertising in that case. All right. Yeah, so I wanted to add this command. I just took this clip. Did that work? Hang on a second. Wendy's gonna come in here and I gotta make sure. No, there's a parenthesis at the end. Drat. Hey Dio, how you doing? Botland butt. Hey EJ. Okay, today there is something a bit unusual about the stream. I absolutely need to remember this. So it is currently, as I already mentioned here, 8:45 for me. At 12:30 or thereabouts, I have a phone call that's going to last about half an hour that I have to take. So I'm going to try to lump that in with my lunch break. So what usually happens is my lunch break is about 30 minutes. I doubt I'll be able to fully eat and talk on the phone. So what I'm probably going to do is set it for a little bit longer, maybe an hour, and try to come back as soon as possible. But I should make a command about this at some point. Hey, Free Technic. Have to take it. Reminders ahoy. Yeah, so lunch today. Adam has a very important call at about 12:30 his time. Check streamer time. That. Check streamer time. So he's going to lump that in with his lunch break, which means lunch break, the lunch timer will probably be set a little higher than normal. Yeah, C17R, that's exactly what I'm doing. I remember one time it came close to hitting 0. I had to get a delivery, and this was when I lived in an apartment and I was on the 3rd floor, and I like raced upstairs to get back to the stream. I made it in time. I was out of breath. I thought if this delivery takes too long, I'm going to need to just leave this stuff here outside, open to the world, and go stream again. Yeah, so this is pretty important. I'm going to try to leave. Oops, I don't know what I just did there. Just need a command. There. Yeah, so I cannot forget this. No, so Hideo, part of the reason for that is because I need you guys to remind me too. I'm hoping I don't forget this. But yeah, 12:30. I can't forget. Don't let me forget. Hey, Wouter. Okay, some things I thought about. The Redux problem. Yeah, this is something I want to put down there. And then we're going to fix this, and then I think we're going to get to coding. Oh, hey, I never told Pawn about that I solved his mystery. Huh, I should probably do that. Yeah. Okay. The phone will ring? No, but the problem is if the phone rings and then I'm like, oh, you got to go by, then I think that's going to be tough. But yeah. You know how frequently, so there's a set, you can spoof numbers. So let's say your number is 34567890112 or something like that. You'll frequently get calls from 34567 star 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 numbers, and they're not real numbers. They're spam callers, but they think that you're more likely to answer if the first 6 digits of your number matches what their number is. So I get these calls probably something like 5 times a week. So I just basically don't answer my phone for practically anybody. So today, if it's an unknown caller, I'm probably just gonna, I would have normally ignored it. Hey, yo. It's 5 hours ago. Oh, it's too late. Okay, where's the part about Redux here? Yeah, this. I want to write this here. Okay, and then figuring this part out. Did this already maybe fix itself? Nice, it did. I don't have to do anything then. Yeah, I added quotation marks directly into the database, and it didn't take effect yesterday because I guess it loads the database into memory first. Yeah, and even then, I don't really bother checking my voicemail too much. So pretty much, if I don't know your number, there's no way for you to contact me. Hey, Nuffly, haven't seen you in a while. And hey, 85 filter. 85 filter, your internet speeds are interesting. You had 15 down and 0.5 up. That's actually not bad for browsing the internet. It's just obviously not great for streaming. Thanks, 85 filter. All right, so let's see. Where do we leave off? Make sure scripts get categorized correctly. I remember this. Oh, and I also need to tell Liquidor something. Broke your arm. How'd you break your arm? Were you coding too hard? Tell Liquidor. Okay. Okay, wait. Actually, one last thing. I know I'm delaying this even more. I want you guys to respond to this tweet. You don't have to respond on Twitter. I'm just curious, and it doesn't have to be about me. I actually was curious about this question, and I posted it, and I got 2 likes, and I thought, I don't want likes. I wanted to know the answer to my question. Hey, Banana, how you doing? So anywhere we do new script, this is where we need to be careful here, because we don't pass in an is attack command. So update script, there's no way to update its is attack property. Where is the existing script? Oh boy, this is going to be annoying. So here's one place. Where else do we do this? Mute when you cough. Wait, do you actually do that, 85 filter? Wouldn't that imply that you're doing some kind of streaming or, I guess, voice chat? What do you mean by mannerisms? I mean something like, let's say I do this every time I'm thinking, and now all of a sudden you started doing that. Or there's some word that I use that you normally wouldn't use, or something like that. But not necessarily with me, just with streamers in general. In real life? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It just sounds like coughing that you don't want to hear. Selectively mute people. This is in create script. Create script can't be called from outside of a blueprint, so we should be able to get this too. Okay, I don't think these should be too bad. But then again, you never know. Set editing script and no script assigned. Started using the word the because of you. Alright, Roger is banned from answering this question. There. Okay, yeah, there are only 3 new scripts. Why is it not telling me? It says 6 matches. Oh, because apparently 3 are in comments? Yes. Hey, Cicero, I don't use Socket.io. I used to. Damn. I like the tweet. That's what you wanted us to do, right? Yep. That's it. That's it, yo. Yeah, see, this is really interesting to me. I hate playing with scissors because I think it was LeVay who came in here one day and said he was frustrated with something, but I was smiling. So then he started smiling, and then his brother came up to him in real life and said, "Why are you smiling if you're frustrated?" He told me about this. Hey, multiple pixels. I'm doing well. Yesterday was a whirlwind of stuff. Not necessarily on stream. Yesterday went pretty well on stream, but there's a lot of stuff to do afterward, and I still didn't get it all done. I was working right up until about 11 p.m. and then I just went to sleep. But oh darn it, this is gonna have to change too, I think. No, it won't. But today is gonna be a little bit less hectic, I think. My wife and I are starting a yoga class tonight, and I think they're about an hour or an hour and a half. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Update script is here, and then dispatch this is in creator update script. So this is gonna have to get modified too. So we're gonna start with this. Oh yeah, that's weird. How are you doing, multiple pixels? What I'm gonna wear for yoga class? I'm gonna have just like track pants and a what's that kind of material? Like a polyester shirt. It's a dry fit material. Obviously, they'll be as tight as possible. Okay, update script on game server. So this isn't called from here anymore. It's called from this. No, it's not called from that either. Oh, update or create script is the only thing that calls this. Okay, so let's go take a look at that. Update or create script. Confirmed Russian dad. Just trying to find the reference to this and figure out where this gets called from React. Excuse me. Confirm duplicate script. Save the current script. Actually duplicate script. What does this do? Clone. Oh, that'll work. Okay. I don't need to touch that then. Hey, unfamiliar. The Green Man costume. Hey, Maui. Wait, adjust my monitor while typing with both hands. I can already do that. Also, both. What do you think is the matter with me? What do you think this radioactive code does? Okay, so this is called with no arguments whatsoever, which I find surprising because I got this wrong. Yeah, so Blockly state is Blockly. We get all of this from here. So one of the things we also need to get is, will this be an attack script or not? I think we can do this entirely based on, let's just put a breakpoint here and find out. We'll check the property. What is this? Is editing blueprint and attack blueprint. That's what we want to do. So const is attack equals dispatch this. Yeah, in fact, let's just print that out. That way I don't even need to look at this. All right, nice. What's the point of Lodash having so many functions, like multiply AB? When did that ever be applicable? I actually am not familiar with the multiply function. I wonder if it does anything different. Multiply two numbers. Yeah, this sort of thing is definitely strange to me. But the way that Lodash works and the way ES6 imports work, there's something called tree shaking. So there are all these functions. Let's say you only use this one. It's going to imagine like shaking a tree, and there's only one apple that you want in the tree, and then all the other ones just fall down. That's what's going to happen. So you won't have chunk, you won't have compact, you won't have concat, etc., etc. Yeah, this is pretty strange. It's got this create math operation around it, which let's see why. Create a function that performs a mathematical operation. Oh, I could see why. Never mind. This is probably so that you have multi. Okay, here's why. It's so that when you do something like map, you have a bunch of numbers, or maybe reduce in this case. You could just pass in something like multiply. This may be the wrong syntax, but that way you don't need to write your own function that says something like a times b. You can just pass in. So this is more for functional programming. It's not that autocast int. No, the function is just as simple as this, but it is a function, whereas here you'd have to define your own unless you already had a multiply function somewhere. Hey, Spoon Bites. Yeah, so that's probably why they have it. Yeah. I had to think for a second about that one. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go into any new script. Ooh, that didn't work. Cannot read property is attack of undefined. That's bad. That's really bad. This is a new bay. Oh. Okay. Ugh. Did not try pressing that button. Well, let's put a breakpoint here. How are you liking your new computer, Sam? So where is this coming from? At max scripts. Yeah, here it is. And this is the render for something that's not going to be easy to find. Yeah, essentially banana. I mean, there's slightly more to it than that. It does depend on how things were imported and exported, such that that's doable. But yeah, in general, that's correct. And yeah, that's why a library like Lodash can have a million functions. And as long as you have tree shaking enabled, set up correctly, you'll just get whatever you use. Hey, Clayman. Didn't know JavaScript bites. It does. It's bitten me many times in the past, but only this time was it radioactive. Okay, so let's take a look. This is undefined, so get bay by ID is messing up, so I should have put a breakpoint there. Well, let's try that again then. It BSODs every time? Wow. Yeah, but that's a driver issue. I mean, I guess it's possible it's a hardware issue, but it's very likely a driver issue. So we'll be here, and what is this? This is null, and so we, because we don't have, this is not what I expected. Okay, I kind of messed up. Hey, Weenie. You transform into a Hulk? Of sorts. Yeah, so fix assumption that get bay by ID will return something. Hey, Buff Seagull. Will return something when you're editing a new blueprint. Oh man. I wanna at least get this part done by lunchtime, really. Editing bay ID. Do we have? Yeah, it's making new bay. Where do these details go then? Huh. Oh, it's here. Oh, I don't like that. Hey, Sika. Oh boy. Oh, Bay hardware, Bay cosmetics. There's something here about whether it's attack or defense, I'm guessing. No, there isn't. I wonder what we do about that then. Create blueprint maybe? Something here tells it that it's an attack blueprint. Here is in-game. It checks the in-game reducer. That's not gonna work. And I'm gonna need to go modify this. This assumption that you're always making defense blueprints when you're not in a game. I may overhaul this. I'm not sure. Because here's the problem. We have, when you're making a new blueprint, I store the properties as name, cosmetics, hardware, whatever things would go into this. And yeah, Bay hardware. Hey, Frostblooded. What program is the thing you use for the to-do? That's called Plain Tasks. It's a plugin for Sublime. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Bay hardware, Bay cosmetics. And then something has to take care of the script ID for this. Where is that? This represents the script that'll get assigned to the blueprint. Yeah. Okay. Well, I definitely need to fix this. And the reason this is a problem is because of, where is it? This. Right here. Scripts. It's this one. Edit blueprint. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Okay, so we can't base it on the blueprint you're making. We have to base it on what the blueprint's going to get its information from. It's not too bad. Now we get a chance to try out VS Code. Okay, so given what people have been asking about it, the answer is no, I haven't. But given that people have been asking, I'm probably going to try to advertise that stream before I do it. Yeah. Now, with that said, this will work just like every other stream has worked that I've tried doing specially, which is, it's hard to tell everybody. But yeah, I'll try to let people know in advance. Simple answer user right. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Who would have guessed? Yeah, so I gotta change this thing. Part of the problem is that I'm basing whether or not you are making an attack script on whether you already have an attack blueprint. However, in the case of a new blueprint, that won't be set. No, she's not still there. Otherwise I would have told her, EJ. We can change all this stuff. It's not impossible. It's just annoying, yeah. Is editing blueprint and attack blueprint? This is all based on what part of the game you're coming from. So it's not necessarily the blueprint you're editing. It's just something like export function will object be attack object, something like that. Yeah, there are a lot of commands like that I haven't made, like plain tasks, because people generally know the Sublime and to-do commands. Hey, Mask. Never done non-human IK. Yeah, I imagine the general concepts are going to be the same, and animating it's going to be much tougher because you are not a wolf. So you won't just be able to walk around your room and figure out how it should look. Yeah, will object be attack object, is in attack mode, should. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Gotta watch wolf vids. Hey, Minkler. Yeah. Can't cheer for some reason. There seems to be a 25 cheer minimum. I'm trying to cheer 31. Nothing happens when I hit chat. I don't know how to help there either. But thanks for the phantom bits. Yeah, it'll probably be tough mask. I don't know how people do that stuff. Hey, why not? I imagine they probably do actually take videos of wolves or use stock footage of wolves or something, and then maybe they get good enough at animating animals in the future. Hey, Tappy Naki. How's everybody doing today? You having a great time? Get state. In-game reducer is in-game. And this is what we base this on now. Turn is attack blueprint. They're not strapping wolves up to those movement trackers. Hey, you never know. You have a big enough budget. You might be able to do that. Oh, maybe all I care about is just, are you the attacker? Yeah, is attacker. Oh, that was much simpler. Okay. Set is attacking. So state equals get state that I don't use for any reason. We're just going to do this. Is in game equals get state dot in game reducer. We can just make this take up one line. I don't think it's super important. Yeah, thanks, Ether. I appreciate it. And by the way, I didn't say this earlier, but yeah, good to see you back. That works for some reason. Maybe it's got a secret minimum of... No, I don't think there's a character limit. Oh, there's a character limit of 500 characters on a Twitch message. So there's a character maximum. If you somehow hit that on a normal message, that's pretty impressive. But yeah. Oh, Windy. Hey, I made a command, Windy. Check this out. I'm going to be the clip champ. But thanks to the host. I appreciate it. And now your own command has a shout out built in. Hey, Slim. I am doing well. I'm hoping to get done with a good chunk of this stuff today. I know it might seem like I'm meandering at some points, but oh darn, I can't even do this. Oh man. Alright, so in-game reducer equals this. And then this would be in-game reducer. We could just do it here. Is in-game and is attacker equals in-game reducer. So we delete this. Wait, again, I missed it. Missed what? Plan to make a huge punching bag. Oh, nice. Yeah, I wonder how those sorts of... I don't know, how the internals of the punching bag hold up. Because I don't know what they really make them out of. And I don't know if you lose the elasticity of... Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this has to change everywhere. Yeah, everywhere that I call this function, this is just wrong. So this turns into this. This goes away completely. Oh, did you not see the command? It's the Windy command. Those things those things are fine. This is here. This just is attacker. There. I think I should have fixed that now. Alright, so let's go back to creating a script. This also changes. Hey, Lavuvly, how are you doing? Oh, it's just full of clothes? Okay. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much then. Don't call me that. No, it's fine. I'll call you Leve, like I have been calling you. Hey, Wanted. Yeah, so here we have is attack. And I expect all this to work. So now we can go back to what I was trying to do before LeVay interrupted. Oh, welcome back, Wendy. Welcome back for a whole quarter year. Nice, and thanks. It's been a pleasure to have you. Okay, so that shouldn't fail. Maybe about it is attack. Get max scripts allowed. That needs to change. Get max scripts allowed. So tough. Maybe NDX. And nice. Yeah. Sometimes I stream while I'm learning CSS. So now we get rid of this and this. And pretty much anytime we check for editing bay, I guess, that I did in this. Is attack doesn't exist here? Oh, is attacker. I should probably rename this too then, huh? Let's try that again. Undefined. Oh, what did I name this? It is attacker. Why? How is this possibly wrong? Is attacker. Oh, because I'm renaming this. Oh man. Is attack. Okay, fine. Let's keep that how it was. Yeah. Oh, I already watched that clip earlier today. Windy. I'm one step ahead of the game. So when we click new script, it should be, well, it should have printed something out. And it didn't, so I don't apparently know where this is. Oh, maybe it's when I only press this button? Yeah, there we go. So this should be false. Good. Okay, now let's do the same thing over here and make a new script. Now it should be true. Perfect. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna get rid of all these debuggers that I have. Now we'll go back to this. Hey Digi, how's it going? Alright, so when we make the script, right over here, create script and update script, we pass in whether or not this is going to be for attack. Honestly, create script could probably just glean this information itself. How? Oh, I see. Yeah. So this needs to change the has is attack. And then we just need to get that. But then why would I bother doing anything else here? Alright, take care, Wendy. Tell your wife I didn't mean anything. I didn't mean anything by that clip. Not trying to steal you away from her. Twitch logged you out? Really? I don't think I've ever heard of someone having that happen. That's definitely different. So now I'm not using this in this function anywhere. Yeah. This is just completely unused. And the last thing to do is for update script. Update script shouldn't have to worry about any of this stuff. In fact, I don't even know why we do this. Why do I do this? Yeah. Why in the world would this happen? Wouldn't I just take the existing script and get everything from there? Script name. Oh, I might be... Oh, I see. Hey, I'm Perry. So, I'm Perry, you made it through the first day back. How do you feel? Okay, so here we could just take the same is attack property we had. This is where I'd like to pass in whatever the existing script was. This doesn't matter. Hey, kitty boner. Possible use state owned by another reducer in a reducer? Yeah, it is. Well, it depends. It depends on kind of how you set things up. So in my reducers, I don't actually use another reducer because all they're doing is really setting things. So you have action creators, which make actions, which eventually get dispatched and get handled by the reducers. So I typically, if I need to use another reducer state, I'll handle that in the action creators to actions part, and when I dispatch it. But yeah, what you're trying to do can be done, maybe not necessarily in the reducer. Feeling really horrible, to be honest. Stayed awake as much as I could last night. Woke up. Yeah, God, I think that's really tough readjusting to the time zone you came from. So this should be done. This stuff should hopefully work. And the only other place we have new script is here. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, that should hopefully work. Let's try it out. So we're logged in as a player who doesn't have any script. So we're going to make a script. We're going to call it def script 1. And we're going to make another script. I'm going to call it def. Actually, no, let's duplicate the first one. First, let's give it something here. I don't know, move in any direction, sure. And then we're going to duplicate it. And we'll call this def script 1. Yeah, sure, copy. We'll just call it to copy, I guess. And create that and then save. And that messed up. Also, this should not make it to the player. This is a database error. I think another object used for querying, but it feels hacky. Can you share your code? So insert into scripts. I'm guessing this doesn't do what it needs to do. Yeah, this doesn't do what it needs to do. New scripts. Well, we could try this. What's strange here is that I can't just say to database. I wonder why not. It'd be the only place I'd do this. Yeah, this is questionable. May need to change how this uses DB scripts instead of regular scripts. If I do that, then serialize to DB will not be used anywhere for scripts. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have any great tips for this. The only thing I've heard is that as soon as you wake up at a time that you want to wake up at, eat food almost immediately. I don't know how well that actually works. Yeah, this stuff is going to be very difficult. Especially the new buffer part. Okay, let's take a look. Where else do I do this? Okay, it's corporate. I have a query master object which holds properties. So I don't have to give them all to action creators. Hey Kento Dev, good morning to you too. And Kitty Poner, maybe I'm not understanding. Hang on, before I forget what was in my head, I'm like 3 levels deep in what I'm trying to remember right now. So let me at least write this one down. And then the second thing was this. I wanted to share, let me go find this diagram. Yeah, this. So this is for Flux, but it's pretty similar for Redux. I'll paste this into chat. So where I would do this, I was saying I would do this in the salmon colored boxes here, as opposed to handling this in your reducer, which would be like the store over here. And I can show you examples of that if you need. My mom and her husband tried it. Yeah, that's maybe worth trying then, Perry. Although you're probably already past the point where you wanted to wake up. Okay, let's go test this out again. Yeah, so it should not have saved any scripts. So I make a new one. I call this defscript1. I create, I go back in, I duplicate it, and I hit save. Oh, it worked. Whoa, nice. Let's go try that out then. Yeah, that was like 8 hours ago. Well, maybe it's worth trying tomorrow. I don't know. So select star from scripts where user ID equals... Actually, I don't know the ID of this player. Let's just say 15. Oh, that's probably wrong. And now let's try to figure out what the ID is. Select ID from users where name equals Adam15. So it's 14, not 15. I must have skipped a number or something. Yeah, here we go. So I really don't care about the code. I guess we shouldn't select that. Let's select everything but code. User ID is attack. Yeah, these are both 0. And that's good because they're defense scripts. So is attack should be 0. But now we need to go test attack scripts. Also, there was something else I was trying to do this whole time, which is probably not going to work. Let's make something with lasers. And we're going to... Oh, we can't even make a new script. Yeah, this is already broken. Huh. Well, that's in the script edit footer. And the reason that's happening at max... There's something about maximum number of scripts. Apparently doesn't take place from here. Oh, it's the script edit footer. It's the edit blueprint footer. At max scripts. Here it is. So yeah, that's the thing that sets this to disabled. So why does it think we're at the max? Because of this? Why does this think that we're at the max? Get max scripts allowed. Oh, whoops. This is wrong. Oops. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just staying awake longer. I don't think I could ever do that. I think if I was ever tired, staying up an extra 8 hours or something was just not really possible for me. Get rich hacking or die trying. Yeah, so I gotta fix this so that it filters. And I think at some point I run a filter on is attack. That's for blueprints, and blueprints, yeah. I don't do this for scripts. I have to do it for scripts somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Filtered scripts. Hey Pickle, how you doing? Lots of pink names in chat today. So this works slightly differently. I guess I don't mind that so much. I wonder how long it takes on average for people to adjust to time zone differences of 8 hours or 12 hours or 16 hours. Because I'm going to be taking a trip later this year, and I think the time zone difference is 8 or 9 hours. Or maybe, yeah, anyway, 8 or 9 hours. And I don't think it's going to be easy to get back into my normal schedule when I get back here. Hey, Meek. Oh, it's the real Meek here. Okay, that's a more normal hello message than yesterday when you were taken over by a robot. So now make sure to select the right kind of script. So get max scripts allowed. We need to know whether attack is true or not. Yeah, that way we can filter correctly. Scripts, what do we say? Like correct. You see when something's a correct category. I guess appropriate is one word. Is that a better word? I don't know, I'll just say appropriate. Matching scripts. Let's do that. Takes about a week. Moving west is easier than moving east. Man, a week. God. This is a long time. Took you 2 to 3 days to adjust to an 8-hour time difference? Yeah. Yeah, so on average, I'm guessing it takes people probably like, if we just go by those numbers, 5 days. So script, the script dot is attack has to match this is attack. And in fact, we could just do this. Well, we need a parenthesis somewhere. Yeah, there. And then we want the size of matching scripts. Which at that point, is this thing even worth having? Yeah, probably, I guess. Oh, hey, Lily Bite. Did I know you were a streamer? I don't know if I did. But now I'm going to write this down. Thanks for the host. Do you think someone ever in the future will think your second hacking tutorial is real? No, I don't think so. I think that if they're on Linux, they'd be able to tell that it's not real. And that's... yeah. Yeah, how'd your stream go, Lilybite? And what do you stream? Yeah, it does. I'm sure it does depend on the person. I also wonder how much coffee plays a role in your superhuman powers, Hideo. Yeah, so cannot edit script is happening probably because I messed this up still. You underestimate how stupid some people are? Well, so you can't even by default use the rm command on Windows. So if you run rm-rf and type something here, on Windows it just won't do anything. So you need to download something. On Mac and Linux you could. And so, yeah. I guess you could shoot yourself in the foot, but I hope that by the end of that video you realize it's a joke. You're right that I underestimate. Stream game dev, learning Godot right now. I haven't heard of Zenko. I've heard of Godot though. Do you like it? All depends on sleeping during travel. Gotta match circadian rhythms. Yeah, I can't sleep on planes. Hey noob. I don't think coffee helps. I think me sleeping during... oh yeah, you said as soon as you get on the plane you're asleep. Hey Nomad. Yeah, so there we go. There's the and that we needed there, playing with scissors. And Jordan. I want to put a breakpoint when I start to edit this. What's the error that I'm getting here? Could not edit script, try again in a bit. Let's find out where that's coming from. Right here. Sure, code is an editing script. That's probably the issue. If I had to guess. Good, cool. Yeah, it broke in. So something here's gonna be messed up, right? Yep. Let's go into it. Any radioactive side effects? Yeah, I can read your mind and nobody else's for some reason. Huh. And you're making derogatory jokes about my stream, like code putting you to sleep. A lot of pog jams in chat right now. Trying it just to see what happens, but yeah, I really shouldn't underestimate like what Playing with Scissors was talking about, but I don't expect that kind of thing to be common, at least. Alright, so this broke because we never made it into here. And I guess it's fetch script if necessary that messed up. So that's just going to produce an error. So we need to go into that function again. Let's go over there. I wouldn't do that. I didn't do that yesterday. Hey, gun dogs. Yeah, that's amazing. I keep saying that's like time travel C17R. That's incredibly lucky. So this does have fetch script. So what's going on here then? Receive script, script ID. Good. I get the serialized script, which is undefined. Oh. How did that happen? Fetch script from account server. We're trying to get script 23. Do we have script 23? Yeah, we do. It's right there. Weird. Dispatch is from Redux, yeah. I wonder how I broke this one. Well, let's try just manually getting script 23. Get script 23. Send. Yeah, there's nothing. 403 for Bitten. Uh-oh. That's... I'm not the right user, I bet. So I need to log in as Adam15 and then say get script on 23. And yeah, there it is. This does work. Why can't I get this here then? Huh. That is incredibly strange. This function should call this correctly. It's got the right number. So I guess we need to go one level deeper than this. Can't imagine why this would break. Then again, that's what the whole point of a debugger is that I can't imagine. So let's go figure out what my assumptions are. Script ID is 23. So we call into script ID. And then we pass in my auth token. This should be for, let's just check it out. This should be for Adam15. I can't select text. Copy auth token, JWT. Just want to make sure nothing went terribly wrong here. User ID 14, yeah, that's Adam15. Okay, good. So then there's a server problem. Okay. Wait, no, it can't be a server problem because I just checked it over here. So then there's one last thing I can check, and that's that something's going wrong in transit. Not really, not transit, just getting this over to here. So this, what is resp.body here? Serialized script. Oh, well there's the problem. This is named script here, and it's named serialized script here. When did I change that? Probably yesterday. Yeah, here it is. Whoops, that was supposed to be script. Okay. There. Let's try that now. Come on, come on. Just get rid of all these breakpoints. Nice, I think. I didn't put anything in here, so it's hard for me to know if it worked. Let's put a comment in. We'll put a comment saying, this is def script 1 copy. Now we hit update and save. And now we refresh the page, and we should see that comment still be there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So I didn't mess that up. Now, what was I trying to do before all that? Yeah, I was trying to make attack scripts. So now we go over to here, and I make a new blueprint, and we should have this button be enabled. Yes, perfect. We don't see any defense scripts because we're not in defense mode. So I have to call this attack script 1, and I'll give it a comment that says what its name is. This is just for testing. Oh, I forgot to tell Windy what I thought was so funny on his stream today. And now he's gone. Oh, I actually want this to do something. Let's make it fire lasers to the right. And let's only make it do that some of the time. So 50% of the time it'll fire to the right. Otherwise we'll just do nothing. So there. Now we'll give this thing lasers. And we'll put down these bots. Yeah, I was afraid of that. They're doing nothing. What feature is awesome, noob? Hey, Mike. What was that menu? What menu? In Blockly? What did I mess up here? Maybe I didn't... There's probably something on the game server that expects scripts to be passed in a certain way. We don't have that now. Okay, I've got to take a look at this. Attack scripts are only editable in attack mode. Yeah, that's what I'm working on for most of this week. Well, as part of removing the attack choice screen. So we'll see how long it takes to do this. I think it'll take all week. I think there's a lot of stuff to do here. So serialized player details is where we get this. I don't know if I changed how scripts get loaded in. We'd have to take a look over here. Get scripts. It would be populate player details. There it is. And nothing really changed in this function. So yeah, not really an issue here. And Pro Samantha. So attack scripts when attacking yourself don't seem to work at all. They just do nothing. These are my own bots, right? Yeah. What about when I'm attacking somebody else? I should have the script saved at least. Yeah, there it is. So if I put this down here, oh, I gotta put 2 bots down. They should fire lasers. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So they fire lasers half the time. Wait, no, they don't. No, they don't. Oh, whoops. No, oh man. This is not the script I thought I was writing. I wrote if lasers will hit. I didn't mean to write that there. I just wanted them to fire 50% of the time, no matter what, whether they'll hit or not. So I'm guessing that will work. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, and eventually I need to change these graphics, obviously. And they only go 5 tiles, so they'll never hit anything. And these bots apparently do nothing. Yeah, so that did work. So we're actually doing pretty well then. Huh. Funny how all that turned around. Okay, well there's one more thing I want to test, which is duplicating that script. We hit duplicate, and now we make this do something else completely. So we'll just say figure it out for me. We'll say attack script 1, copy. Create, and commence. Yeah, perfect. And now we should be at the max number of attack scripts. Yeah, we can't click plus. We can't click that. If we make a new blueprint, we can't click new script. If we go into our defense and make a new blueprint, we also can't click new script because we're at 2 here. Yeah, perfect. All right, looking good. Make sure the new and duplicate buttons get grayed out based on the kind of script you're editing. Yeah, I think this is correct. I think if we delete a script, so if I pick def script 1 copy and I click edit and go to delete, then now we should be able to make a new one. Yeah, and that means that the duplicate button is set. Yeah, perfect. So when I click new and then save and then go back into here, yeah, this is all fine. Hey, Davana. You're doing pretty well, I think. Yeah, nice. All right, so we just have these things left. We are on track so far. Indicate when something is an attack or defense script. This was supposed to be this banner here. And I like this banner. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the time to do this. I think this entire thing should be pushed to here. Edit blueprint UX. Yeah, add a no script option. Yeah, so we'll just put this here. Right? Add a radio button on the bottom. This needs to be done after this. Yeah, there. Perfect. What's the oldest section of code in Botland? Some of probably this code, which is what handles running user code. And the reason why is because this started actually in the prototype of Botland. So it comes from before I even started streaming. What in the world is going on? I think this stopping mobile to work on another feature will help you stop burning out. It seems to be working well. I don't think I was okay, so I don't think I was burning out from the mobile work. I think what was happening is I got really stuck on a certain issue that I thought was bigger than or more important than it was. But I would actually be fine if I were just working on UI still. I think I'd be okay with that. Ideally, every time you run into one of those small CSS issues that takes you a long time, you learn enough from it where you don't hit that the next time. Strike one. Guess the radioactivity is working. So now we just have some tests to do. Make sure defense and attack blueprints without scripts that have the quick edit script button pressed will make a script of the appropriate type. Yeah, cool. So that's kind of a mouthful. What I meant is that when you make a blueprint and now you click this button, this is to edit your script, but I don't have a script, so it should make a defense script for me. So I'm going to name this def script 2. We're just going to hit create and save. And that should have ended up as, like I said, a defense script. So def script 2, yes, his attack is 0. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the attack side. This is a really, really basic test. So we make a new blueprint. We delete a script so we have one slot. And now we click the edit script button and we call this the test attack. And hit create and commence the battle. And test attack is attack set to 1. So we're good there. That test is done. Update the automated test that uses max scripts allowed. Yeah, this is the last little bit of stuff I need to do. What is this? Could I close that? That's weird. It's not even showing up anywhere. Oh, there it goes. Closed. Hey, Jalapeno. Haven't seen you in a long time. What's up, Jalapeno? So the last test that I have, we have something called watch all, and this runs test watch. So we should just go run this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. Router. Where's router set? Oh, CD. Okay, fine. Did that work? Come on. Alright, let's just open this up over here. I think it's in this folder. Yeah. And apparently all I need to do is color 30 and then gulp server watch. And that should work. It should be doing something. I don't see it doing anything. There it goes. Now it should spew out a bunch of files. Right, yeah, good. If the CSGO stream hosted me, it's not that. So I imagine, first of all, 110,000 viewers would immediately drop down to like 2,000. And then those 2,000 people would probably be spamming a whole lot of stuff. So I'd probably put it into followers only mode. I'd probably tell them like, hey, this is a very different stream from which you just came from. I'm not even sure why it got hosted. And then continue on my normal day maybe. Do a demo of the game. I wouldn't say it's counterproductive, jalapeno. If you can focus on your code too, then whatever works for you. I can't do that. Quick sellout, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely need to show them what I'm working on. Play an ad. What's a normal day? You know what a normal day is. Did one of those tests fail? Oh, is it the Max Scripts one? That's the only one that should fail. Should be able to update a blueprint to use a script that you own. No, 2 of them failed. Okay. But hopefully only those 2, because those are 2 that probably should have failed. Yeah, cool. Blueprint is attack, does not match script is attack, undefined. Yeah. Hey, traffic. Yeah, sub mode, that's another thing I could think of. Hey, glowing soul. So 2 tests. Which ones? This one should be able to update. So we're going to change that. And there's something about max scripts allowed. We're going to change this. So now when we run the test, it's just going to run those 2, and they're going to fail every single time. Right? Oh, it only runs 1 for right now. Okay, well, we'll fix that. So down here, what is going on? Build script. We need is attack on build script. Blueprint script framework. There's a script builder somewhere. There it is, script builder. So we're gonna make is attack. Why can I not capitalize the A consistently? This is probably going to break a lot of stuff. But is attack needs to be true. So we need to write a couple of tests. We need to write a test to try to put an attack blueprint or an attack script on a defense blueprint. Write a test that tries to put a defense script on an attack blueprint. What else? Well, at the very least, we got to do those. So let's try running this now. Now I only expect one of the tests to fail, and not both of them. Is attack is not a function. Oh, whoops! I put it after is create. After create. There. Hey, nice. Okay, cool. And next, we run this one more time, and this other test is going to fail. Then we fix that one up. Validate number of objects to not throw exception. Yeah, I know why. It's because this constant doesn't exist anymore. So it should not be able to create more scripts than you are allowed. So how do we do this? It's going to change to add a test to see if you can add an attack script to an attack blueprint. Yeah, that test is already done, actually. That's the test I just changed. That's why I didn't write it down on my to-do list, because I already did it. But yeah, it is good to have a positive test and not just negative tests for things. So it should not be able to create more attack scripts than you're allowed. So we're going to say max scripts allowed equals constants max attack scripts allowed. This one. And then we're going to create one more than that. So build script that is attack true. Also, build script is only used how many times in this entire file? These scripts don't really... I'll just write a note to look through this. Look through build script tests and see if I should add is attack to them. Okay, so this is good. Validate number of objects. Is that what this is called still? Yeah, and there are asserts here. Yep, so that should work. So there's that one. And then there is create more defense scripts than you're allowed. So we just say defense scripts and is attack changes to false. And then that's done. Yeah, so since this is so similar, I think I should write a function here to test this. Test max number of scripts is attack scripts. Is attack. Let's do it that way. Yeah, so we can just copy paste this whole function in there. Well, can we? We need Synon for that. We don't have Synon, right? Not over here. We could just get it. And constant. Let's just write the function in here. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, that way we really just can copy paste this. Okay, so put this up to here. So if is attack, max attack scripts allowed, otherwise max def scripts allowed. Good, good, and this changes to is attack. And that's it. We're pretty much done there. And now we just call this function down here. We pass this one with true, and we pass this one in with false. And those should be the tests. So now let's run them without it.only. So we're going to run every test. All the tests should pass. Good, except for I didn't really mean to do that. I wanted to just run these tests. So I guess I should have gone in a test main and gotten rid of all this stuff. And that way it won't take so long next time. So if I just do run, it should run like 20 tests or so, 50, yeah. Okay, time to add a couple of tests. This is strange. I put a spy here, but I don't ever use the spy. What does run test do? Calls validate at the end. Huh, I wonder what other... That's the only one. Okay, let's just delete that. It's clearly not doing anything. New test. This. It should not be able to put an attack script on a defense blueprint. So we're going to just copy paste this function. So we make a script that is attack and a blueprint that is defense. We make the blueprint. Wait, we could just give it a script ID here. Yeah, let's do that. Script ID. We need to know it's going to be 1. Yeah, that should work. And we just try to create this and that's that. Yeah, chat's been quiet for a little while. This is not what I want to do exactly. I think, oh man, this is tough. Let's take a look at run test again. I don't even want to do that necessarily. I think I just want this. What does create do in the blueprint builder? It just makes a blueprint object. And then I need to say that this is a new blueprint. Register starting script. bsf.delete, bsf.create. Where in the world does this happen? Add blueprint. Oh, there it is. That took me a long time. I thought it'd be called create. I don't remember any of this code. So we add blueprint. There's probably also an add script. Yeah. Hey, actually, that was something I want to ask people about. Twitch said that they were going to release the updated terms of service and then put them into effect as of March 5th. March 5th is 6 days away. So last time they gave at least a week. This time, if they're only giving 6 days, it seems strange. And I wonder if it's intentional or I wonder if they're going to push it back again. But I did a bunch of searching yesterday and I couldn't find any news about this. Do you guys know if there's more news about the community guidelines? So Endorn, the way that this worked is in probably early February, what happened is they announced new guidelines. And people said that they were vague and I don't know, there's a lot of backlash. So what they said about a week ago maybe, they said, we're not going to enforce the new ones until we've updated them. And then, yeah, March 5th would be that date. Yeah, I haven't seen an update either. Yeah, it basically, yeah, no harassment, no sexualization of content. Those were definitely the two biggest themes. In fact, yeah, I'm just surprised there hasn't been any more information about that. So once we call add script with this stuff, then what do we do? Then we just call run test. And we have to figure out what's going to fail. And in this case, it's going to be something. I don't know what. Whatever checks to see if is attack matches. This right here. So it's going to be validate blueprint script ID. And then we want to make sure spy.through with a certain code. No more bad jokes, you're right. Can only have good jokes. The problem is we won't know what it threw with. We can kind of just do this. Hey, where's it, Grog? You're responsible for your audience and can be banned for non-Twitch related actions. Well, yeah, but I think the way I interpreted that was it was within reason. So obviously if someone joins your stream for the first time and just starts spewing like racist nonsense, you probably just ban them. But you're not responsible that they just came in here and started doing something. So it's mostly like, what's the overall tone here? Are you encouraging it? Are you doing something to stop it? I think that's kind of what they meant. And then people got up in arms because it wasn't specific enough. And to some extent I understand that, but it's always going to be a judgment call at the end of the day. Even if they have these guidelines, they don't have to ban someone just based on the guidelines. They don't have to be consistent. But people expect them to be consistent. I don't blame them for that. So did not throw exception. This should have. I probably messed something up. They didn't though, Meek. I just checked their guidelines yesterday. And it said that they hadn't been updated since the last time, which was whenever, 2 weeks ago or something. I mean, they might have, I guess, since yesterday, but I find that unlikely. Yeah, they said offsite actions can get you banned as well. Yeah, and again, I feel like context is really important here. The reason they had said that was because I guess there were some people who were brigading other streamers, and they coordinated that off Twitch. That doesn't mean it's not a problem. All right, let's put a breakpoint in here. So when we call test run, gulp test, we want to run this instead. And we want to put a breakpoint probably here. Try that out. Please work. Nice. It did work. Okay, so we should get a script out of this that has is attack set to true. Good. We should get a blueprint out of this that has is attack set to false. Good. And then we call add script. What does this do? Yeah, additions. Perfect. That's good. And that's good. And then when we call run test, what should happen is blueprint and script validator should validate script ID right here. Oh, it doesn't have new code. Uh-oh. How did that happen? Oh. Oh, I know how this happened. This hasn't been NPM linked. Oh, it's testing old code, isn't it? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah. Or it's the wrong function. Or both. Let me see. No, it has the code here. It's right there. I'm guessing this is never getting called then. Ain't nobody's lemons. Well, this should get called from something. Let's hit the play button. Yeah, it did. Okay. So what's going on here? Because it's this thing that I expect to fail. Does it have a script ID? It does, and it's 1. And I should have that script. Alright, I'm very curious about how this is failing. Right here. Script is attack is true. Blueprint is attack is true. How did that happen? Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. What happened here? Is attack is set to false? How could it be set to true all of a sudden? Huh. Yeah, huh. I wonder, maybe here was the problem? It's in updates. Yeah, what is an update doing here? I shouldn't be there. I don't have any updates. All I have is create. Oh boy. Yeah, it didn't even get an addition. It just got an update. And the update's wrong. Lasers 3. Is this even what I'm looking at here? Yeah, Lasers 3. And name is Blueprint. Hey, Zorobri. You don't play music, presumably because you're easier to hear and people can run their own. Would you listen if you weren't streaming? And do you? Yeah, I would. It's sometimes tough because it's hard for me to focus. One of the things I have was this. They're basically two things I can focus on at any time. So it's either code and chat or code and music. But every once in a while the music does get in the way. But I guess every once in a while the chat gets in the way too. But yeah, I tend to listen to classical music. Okay, so I need to figure out why this turned into an update. Figure out why the blueprint is being seen as an update and not an addition. Yeah, but EJ, did you not find it difficult to respond to chat and pay attention to music and code? I feel like that's really tough. Okay, we got to restart this test because this is not going to work this way. Wait, validate blueprint got called multiple times? Oh, whoops. Oh, man. Oh, I made a really stupid mistake. I only meant to run this test. Unfortunately, I ran all of the tests, so I was debugging something else completely. That's why I was confused there. Oh, man. I just have it low like background music and I pause it sometimes. So when you pause it, is it because it's becoming too much to pay attention to? Because I tried listening to music on my own once, I think, while I was streaming. As in, I didn't play it for the whole stream. And yeah, I think that was too much for me. Ready to test. So that's right here that I want to take a look at this. Oh, you know what? It's probably never being done here. This validate is probably not doing what I want it to do. So validate new blueprints. It already broke? What happened? Script code is not valid. What? Really? Eval foo. Oh. That's not good. This needs to be valid code. Yeah, I don't have any. I apparently never set. Wait, code variation 0. What does that do? Script builder, code variation 0. Valid code snippets. Where are those? Ah, there we go. Okay, code variation 0. Sounds good to me. So why did I ever do this eval foo thing? That would only be if I was intentionally trying to break this. And I'm not here. Did I just... Yeah, this shouldn't have been done. Okay, we gotta do the same thing over here. So this failed, but it failed at the wrong spot. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I used to explore and try to find more music, even if it's just classical music, but I don't do that as much anymore. And I've been taking composition lessons. I mentioned this. I started at the beginning of the year. And one of the things that my teacher just asked for is, hey, can you give me a list of like 10 to 20 things that you would want if you were stranded on a desert island? Like 10 to 20 pieces of music you'd want to listen to. That way he could get an idea for what my ear is sort of trained toward so that he can help teach me better. And so I produced this list. It took me something like 2.5 hours to go through and find. I went through my Pandora thumbs up music list. I went through my YouTube playlist and I compiled those. I think it was 18 different pieces. And I thought there was a time when I was seeking these out and I liked that because I found new music, and every once in a while you'd find something where you just thought, how did I not know about this before? And yeah, I don't do that as much. And I think if I were listening to music on stream, I would have more of an opportunity to do that. So this is the function right here. And what I want to take a look at is this, and specifically this. And then in here, what is going on here? Oh, come on. I guess we got to go back up the stack. Yeah, I want to see where it goes into this function. But it's calling it like this. Maybe... That sucks. Where do we actually call the function? Right here. So that's what we want to go to. And go into this. Yep, perfect. Okay, good. So now we should be at the point where we have a script and we have a blueprint. The blueprint has a tag set to false. The script has a tag set to true. So that means that this assert has to fail. Yeah, perfect. It should say that false does not match true. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Now we should technically have a specific error message there. Hey, bunny. You doing script validation before checking if it can be saved? No, I just messed up. Well, I did two things wrong. One, first, I was running every test, so I was in the wrong spot. And then two, yeah, I had bad code in the script, and I didn't even realize it. So it should fail for bad code, but I didn't mean to have bad code there. So now all we need to do is have this thing emit an error that is more specific. I don't think we can do that. Maybe this. Goes to Google Music library, finds new music. How much does Google Music cost? Yeah, sure. What's up, honey? On movies? Yeah, I think it helps people follow what I'm doing on the stream. And it's sometimes good for me to just rubber duck debug. You should probably split that logic into two functions. Yeah, so what's happening is there's some just gigantic validate function. It says something like, is the code good? Does the blueprint have hardware? Does the script match the blueprint? Does whatever else? There's like a million of these things. And what I'm doing is I'm checking to see, does this... Well, I check to see if a particular function throws. And I can check a specific error message. So that if this one fails and I expected a failure here, the test would break. And that's what I want to work on. Hey, Matzo. Why can't I type this? Oh, because it's the too much money emote. Oh, I only have the pleb sub emotes. I can only do this. Got any idea? You could probably keep track. You could have another component that keeps track of how much force is on it, maybe, and have a maximum and keep modifying that component. But perhaps rigid body just has something built in. Oh, you got it gifted. Oh, yeah. Was this by... Who was gifting them all out? Josh Jepson? Yeah, so let's see here. The entire file exists so that we can detect exactly which assertion was hit without having to inspect the messages that were raised. Yep. But I have two things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so what are those last two? Error name, error message. And we call throw custom error. And this just sets a name. And then this can check if the name of the error is a particular thing. Yep. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this should be pretty simple. So we're just going to say something like blueprint is attack does not match script. Blueprint is attack property does not match script is attack property. And now we want to throw this as a custom message. Invalidate blueprint script ID. So we just put this here. And it changes, so this, and we want the same message. And this needs to be set to this thing. Okay, cool. Now, from our test, we can make sure that it threw that specifically. And how do we do that? Here. Errors.error code. And now there will be no question that this thing works the way I want it to. So let's go try it out. We're going to run this. So it should succeed. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put bad code, because I totally agree with what you're saying here, playing with scissors, is you have to know what broke. So let's go back to having bad code. So instead of code variation 0, we're going to put code eval foo. And now the test should fail because this is not the error that we expect. Even though we do expect an error. Yeah. So it's this that needs to throw an exception. Yeah, good. There's no way we can mess that up in the future. So the next thing we want to do is, I guess, lump all of this into a function. What's the other thing I said? Test maximum. So we'll test blueprint script is attack mismatch, and we'll pass in true. Totally didn't expect that error. Are you a coder, Matzel? I'm assuming you're not from this conversation so far. Alright, and then having a defense script on an attack blueprint. We get rid of these, and we run it, and every single test should work. Good, 52. So I wrote a test for this, I wrote a test for this. Now what? That's done. Look through build script test. Also, I wrote deploy here. I don't think that's a good idea, is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, we need to look at code coverage. Test golf file. Yeah, we need to look at code coverage here. Where is it? This. Okay, and we'll see very clearly what functions we missed. Do we have something called open? Yeah, we do. Open code coverage. Does this not exist anymore? Where is this? Hey, Liquidor. Liquidor, I wanted to tell you a funny story. Oh, this is not what I want. So, I'm going to tag you and you in this message. Yeah, so Liquidor, you posted on Reddit a long time ago. Let's see if I can find this message. And you posted the clip of me dropping the database. And Ether, who just came into chat yesterday, said, oh, I've seen this clip before on Reddit. And I said, oh, where was it? And they dug it up. And it turns out it was your comment that you made, which had 2 upvotes. So I upvoted it, putting it at 3. But yeah, I just thought that was a very interesting coincidence. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to run this. Where is I apparently, I thought I opened coverage already. I only opened the folder. I keep looking at Chrome to see. So here it is, and this is checking nothing. That's helpful. Yeah, how did I mess this up? Test main. Setup coverage. Gulp test. It says 0 out of 0 for all this stuff. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Liquidor, now all you have to do is go post that everywhere on Reddit. Get all of the programmers to watch that video. Just worm it into every conversation. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going wrong here. Uncomment the Istanbul related lines of code. Yeah. I guess it's this that needs to be changed. Oh yeah, this is what needs to be changed. Oh, where does this come from now? This staging. This stuff probably doesn't exist. When was this last modified? Can I just delete all these folders? Source 2/27/2018. So this still exists, and this needs to exist. What about this stuff? None of this was modified in the last few months. So it probably doesn't come from here anymore. I wonder where it does come from. Because it looks like none of this matters. How did this get here? This is not how you instrument code. Hey, Callie. I think Adam Lullo is one of my favorite emotes. Oh, welcome back, Callie. Thanks for subbing. You're now the newest viewbot. Also, I missed your response, Mansell. Sorry about that. Know the basics of ancient Pascal, but yeah, I'm not a coder. Well, yeah, if you have any questions, by the way, if it'll increase your enjoyment of the stream, just let me know. If you ever want me to explain what I'm doing or what a line of code is. Right now, what I'm trying to figure out, there's something called code coverage, which will tell me something like, okay, you hit this line and you hit this line, but for some reason you didn't hit any of these lines. And I'm trying to get that set up, and I have definitely messed up. So all this dist test stuff, these all exist from completely different locations now. So I wonder how this is testing anything. It imports from botland share. So it's in node modules. So what if we changed all of this to node modules? This might work. It might. I don't know for sure. But botland shared. And then lib, I suppose. Botland shared lib. Let's try that out. What variable is a symbol? A symbol is a library that's used for code coverage. How can we use import and require mixed? It's because I didn't use import at all to begin with, I think. And then I started using ES6. I think that's what happened. And then it just was a lack of consistency. But that's a fair question. So what if we did this? Node modules, botland, shared, lib, star.js. This might work. This better at least find files, I hope. No, it didn't. These aren't ES6 files though. Maybe, yeah, these are ES5 files. Not that that should matter. Node modules. Botland. I mean, I guess we could do it this way. I still can't get this for some reason. Node modules, botland, shared lib. Maybe it's because it's all in this directly. Okay, well, there's one other idea I had, which was this, but anyway, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, let me try to figure out what's going on here. We import these from botland shared. If I instrument code in node modules, I wonder if you can do that. Let's just look it up. Istanbul code coverage. I wonder if this is still being maintained. Modules. Yeah, so we don't specify with a dot slash. Yeah, the wallpaper's from Secret of Mana. I'm using it for years now. Jest has it built in. Yeah. But I want this on my node modules for code coverage. There is one other thing I guess I could try, which is changing this to source. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah. And what did I just break now? Unable to parse source account validity. The only way it wouldn't be able to parse this is if it doesn't understand const or export, which means I probably do just want lib here, which means this won't work. Yeah. The only other thing that maybe I could think of is that I need to specify the right directory name for this stuff. Because it's not telling me that this doesn't match any files. It ignores files that are in your git ignore. Oh, that's a really good idea. I don't see anything obvious here. What do we have? No coverage information was collected. It's a lot of issues open. Some combination here. Can't you specify which files to test? So the thing that I'm doing is I'm running like mocha test.js, and then in test.js I say something like import foo from botland shared. I want code coverage on foo, not test.js. Its default excludes, not get ignore. So dash dash no default excludes. I wonder if I can do that with this. Gulp Istanbul. So do they have the no default excludes here? I don't see anything just based on that. Could be any number of problems though. And I'm guessing it would just pass all the rest of the options directly into Istanbul. They talk about any other options here? Yeah, I could probably just pass it as an option, but it doesn't. I guess it says other instrumeter options. What if they capitalize it? Let's look at their code. And what was this one called again? Default excludes. Search for that. Nothing here. Let's look at their code and see. They call it ops? They call it ops. I could try this. I don't know if this is what's going wrong though. I probably just shouldn't even keep using Gulp in Istanbul. I should probably just switch to Jest entirely. I wonder what it means to convert Jest.js testing from Mocha to Jest. What is that clip? Trying to learn programming from Twitch streamers in a nutshell. I'll watch this again later. That's why I'm the clip chat. Yeah, so I wonder migrating from Mocha to Jest. If there's some concept of before all get started, let's take a look. They have mocks built in. Migrating to Jest. Jest should be mostly compatible and easy to migrate to. And they have code mods here. Okay. You just pass it as an option? And yeah, I tried this, right? Just in Istanbul, default excludes false. It's automatic with just code mods, but to be fair, you're wanting something funky. It's not supposed to work this way. Yeah, I know what you're getting at. My unit tests for the shared stuff should be in that code base, right? Hey, Resfriato. it'll take an hour to instrument node modules. Yeah. Yeah. So I should stop this stuff then, huh? So code coverage is a no-go. That's a shame. And I have to convert all my tests if I want to get this. Let me take a look at this one more time. What else does this use? The logger, which I don't need to test here. The thing that's being tested is this. No, wait. No, it's not. It's the stuff that's being called from here. Which is all of this stuff. Yeah. And that's all in share. Okay, yeah. So that's where it should be. It's a go, but in the correct place. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to write that on the refactoring list somewhere then. Move probably many of the tests from the test folder to the code being tested. So for example, I have the blueprint and script validator test in, but it's testing code imported from botland shared, so there's no easy way to instrument it since it will be pulled from node modules, and even then it'll be transpiled code. Ideally I would have the test written right in the shared folder. Perhaps I'd also do it in such a way that I don't need this symbol, e.g. using jest. No, it'll never reach 100% completion. Still want to be able to just run a test command and have everything work. And I could probably achieve that by writing a CMD somewhere that changes directories and runs individual test commands. Sort of like how the deploy works. Okay, that's it for now, I think. So the only other thing I needed to do is look through this, which is build script should probably now have is attack somewhere for this stuff. Because otherwise it can't be validated. You know what? Maybe we should put that in here. Do we ever check the is attack property on a blueprint? So I'm gonna have to modify this too. So many issues. And we're gonna get to this stuff pretty soon. And I think it's gonna be really tedious. May need to change blueprint and script validator. I don't know if you'll ever be prevented from modifying a particular kind of blueprint. I mean, I may need to update the test. If I change this, I may need to update the test. Which is something I should write at the end of all of this anyway. Run automated test. Hey Batman, yeah, why is it so small? I need more to-do items. Anything else that we do here with this? Validate blueprint is attack property. Huh. Make sure it's a Boolean. And make sure you never changed it. Yeah, I need to do this for scripts too. Because you can't update scripts like that. And then I gotta write more tests. Hooray. So let's duplicate this. Make sure this is correct on a script. script. Let's just change this to script everywhere. Error names, this will be script as attack. Okay. Hey, wait, EJ, you got a response from them? You didn't tell me? Can you whisper me what you asked for and what they ended up saying? Because I do fully take credit for that. Yeah. You didn't tell me this. I wanted that satisfaction. You're trying to stop me from having it. Adam now wants 100%. The short story is this, Respirato. EJ said, hey, can you look at something after the stream? And he sent me a message that contained sort of like an offer letter, I guess. And they said something like, we're willing to pay you X to Y. And I said, you should ask for Y plus Z. And so apparently EJ did that. I got a response on Whisper. I actually ended up not asking for more, but they gave it to me anyway. Oh. Okay. Well, I can't really take credit if you didn't ask for it. Fine. But yeah, I definitely think you should have asked for more. Because clearly they were willing to give it to you. Always just take whatever anyone's offering you. Add like 20K. Ask for that. Worst case scenario, they don't hire you. You get blacklisted. You're out on the street. You can't work anymore. Hang on, EJ whispered me. I have to read this now. Hey, Fearless. Yeah. Yeah. They probably would have been willing to go even higher than that, EJ. I'm responding to a whisper on stream, which I know is unusual, but yeah. Now you'll never know. Because now you can't ask for more. Now that they're already like, well, we bumped it up. But yeah, always ask for more. I think it's really good. Because, like I said, they're not going to want to put time into finding someone else when they already know that you're a good fit. And interviewing kind of sucks for both parties. It's not something I think either party wants to do. It's necessary. All right, so existing script, we get available player scripts. We get the script's ID. We make sure that it exists and that the existing script had the same thing here. So this changes from is attack changed, which is this. Blueprint. I didn't actually. That's kind of funny. Okay, and now we need to call this from somewhere, which is wherever we call this thing from. So validate script is what needs this. Validate script is going to have the same general thing here. Validate script is attack property. And we pass in the script. And now we go write a bunch of tests for that. Hey, restarted. You asked for 33% more and got 3%? Yeah, but I think it's worth asking for something. Yeah. This is my gold standard around salary negotiation. Yeah, I should read this. Although I definitely think if I So a really stupid scenario I'm not going to share with you guys. But yeah, at whatever job I would work at next, if Botland doesn't succeed, I'd probably be like, all right, take that number and just double it. They'll slide a sheet of paper across the table to me. They'll say something like 150K, and I'll slide a sheet of paper back that just says 2x. They'll read it and just spit out their coffee that they started drinking 20 minutes ago. So if I rerun the test now, everything's going to break because now I'm testing something that wasn't there originally. However, I think this is a really good test to have. Yeah, celery negotiation is really important. Grocery stores screw you out of the celery you deserve. So is attack is not a boolean, not a boolean, not a boolean, not a boolean. And now we need to add another test for whether you're changing it. Yeah, so this was really good for me to look through. Write a test around trying to change is attack on a script, and write a test around not having is attack on a script. Yeah, so we need to go do this now. Great. Yeah, so is attack true? Everywhere we have build script, this is going to be messed up. Same thing here. Should not be able to make a new script whose ID is the same as one you already created. Yeah, so is attack true? What is this? Should have valid properties for updated scripts. Update all properties. What do I do? Show the updated scripts what we expect. Yeah, so I'm doing this wrong too. It hurts. It hurts so bad. No, that one's fine. What about the one before that? Oh, they're both fine. Okay, and here I thought I was doing something silly. We can set this one at false, just for fun. And then when we update it, we keep is attack at false, because you can't update this property of it. And what else do we have? Should validate Blockly type of new scripts. Yeah, so fine. Is attack true. What else do we have here? Should be able to perform all kinds of changes at once. Yeah, I guess is attack true. As long as, yeah, I think that's fine. Should validate name of new scripts. Should validate name length. Yeah, these are all the same. In fact, I should just be copy pasting this. Should not be able to delete an ID of a script you don't own. Sure. Should be able to delete a script that you own. Should be able to update a blueprint. I already did this one. Should not be able to specify code that's too long for a script. Yeah, we want to make sure we're never running into a different kind of problem here. Specify invalid code. It's fine. Should be able to add a script. Good. A script that you don't own. Fine. Delete a blueprint that you do not own. So is attack is true. This one needs to match. Yeah. Same thing here. This is a really, really straightforward set of additions that I'm making, but I need to modify the test after this too. And then I want to get the deploy done. And then ideally we wouldn't run into any more issues. But I bet we're going to run into issues. Why do you measure it in years? Wait, what? Do you mean why is salary over the course of 1 year? As in making something like 150K per year? Is that what we're talking about? Or am I missing something here? Because I know some countries do it by month. And I guess, yeah, that's actually the only two I've heard of. Because if it's hours, then it would be an hourly salary. And that's not really, when people say they're salaried employees, they don't really think of it in terms of hours. Okay, so when we rerun this, I think there shouldn't be any errors, but we don't have the full amount of tests. Yeah, there's no errors. And then that one. Next search result whenever you have build script. So F3 is the next control F result. F4 is the next control shift F result. And actually, this can be really powerful in Sublime. This is one of the things I'll probably miss if I ever switch away from Sublime. Let's say I search for something like change. So you can see all the different highlights of this. If I press F4, it's going to go to, remember just this word, save blueprint and script changes. When I press F4, it's going to go to that, save blueprint and script changes. When I press it again, it's going to go to the next line, and the next line that has changed, and the next line that has changed. Well, anyway, what you can do in this buffer, the find results, you can go to an arbitrary section and be like, oh, I want this to be the next result. So you just click here, and now F4 is going to go to should be called anytime the cosmetics change. And yep, that's what it does. And what else you can do is you can just delete arbitrary results from here so that now the only changes you go back and forth between are these two. So I press F4 twice, and now there are no more results. So that's really helpful for a lot of reasons, because sometimes you're like, okay, I want to search for the word change in everything, but I only want files that match this pattern. So you find some files that, let's say, don't match that pattern, you just delete all the rest. And that can be really nice. Hey, Tom. And what am I doing today? I'm working on writing some tests for things to make sure that code doesn't break in the future. So yeah, it just continues from position, and it continues across different results. Let's say I search for something really specific, blueprint and script changes, and then let's say I search for something else like account server rest client, like that. Oops, hang on, let me get rid of that. Yeah, so if I press F4 here, since this is just the next highlighted line, it's going to go to save blueprint and script changes. And if I press it again, it's going to go to a totally different set of matches, because all it's doing is basing it on that find results tab. So you can use it to find different things too if you want. Anyway, some of that's helpful, but just this is what you asked about. So there you go. So now let's write those new tests. Write a test around not, or trying to change is attack. Do I not have a test for this to begin with? Sure seems like it. No, I do. Should not be allowed to change it from true to false or false to true. And that's kind of a silly set of tests, I think. Where is it saving to? I already commented on this on Discord. I think what I'm doing is a great idea to name variables this way. So we'll say something like test changing blueprint is attack. And we'll say true, false. So now we'll copy paste this function up to here. So starting value, ending value. And now instead of this, we'll just put starting value. And instead of this, we'll put ending value. And that's that. So now we go change this. And we can delete all that stuff. Nice. Let's do the same thing for scripts. Test changing script is attack. It's a little bit more annoying to do. Oh, nice. Okay. That's pretty good to do. Yeah. Yeah, someday, I should probably just set this up now. I'll talk to my wife, because like I said, she's going to be traveling at some point pretty soon, I think. And I could do an extra stream then and try out Visual Studio Code, because I know people have been interested. I've been interested too. So talk to wife about Visual Studio Code stream timing. Yeah. So test changing script, we gotta go write this, build script, and wherever I did the thing with is attack, and then create updated script. Yeah, I want all of this. Register starting, delete, update. That's kind of weird, Tom. But no, I haven't ever. My wife's never been on stream. I don't ever plan on showing you my wife. That's not. It's not in the. It's not gonna happen. No, it's mostly. I know that sounded strange. It wasn't like, can I have permission to stream this? It was, when are you going to be traveling so that I'm not taking time away from us? Started using VS Code after hating it for a long while. Yeah, I don't think it started off as a good product, because yeah, I tried it on day one and there was just no reason to use it, I think. Will it be an additional stream? Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I don't want to take botland time to try out Visual Studio Code. It'd be something on a Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday most likely. So what I need here, script builder, we say this is the starting value. We create the script and then we update it by doing what exactly? Setting is attack to a new thing, ending value, dot create. Yeah, perfect. Then we register starting script, existing script, then update to the updated script. Perfect. We delete this, validate script is attack property, and then this changes to script is attack change. Yeah, perfect. Nice. This is working great. Now we change these. And this is change a blueprint is attack. And this would be change a script is attack. Okay, good. Now there's one more thing we need to do, and that's not having is attack. Oh man, yeah, Sam, unfortunately I have this. Are you even in chat right now? Sam just whispered me. I'm just assuming they're in chat, but I don't actually know. No, they're not in chat. Oh, drat. Okay. Can't join today. Use the command that I need for this. You like an Ergodox stream? Maybe I do both at once. And I pretty much don't know what you're talking about, Tom. I know who Logan Paul is, but I don't know these people. And I've never actually seen Logan Paul, so I can't say I have a favorite even of these. So, yeah. Sure, that's not a very satisfying answer. Okay, one more test I need to write, which is that we don't have an is attack property at all. Did I ever write a test about this? Let's search for this. It dot star apostrophe dot star is attack dot star apostrophe dot star that. Aha! We do have a test for that. We just needed the stupid regex to find it. So it should not be able to make a script with an invalid is attack property. So we just do this script, build script, ID, whatever else we need. I don't even know what we need. I don't have any real end-to-end testing, no. And I had tried at one point, and unfortunately this was all around the pivot time. Hey, Chotomo. This is all around the pivot time, and I had to just wipe them all out. And then I just got sour about it all. It would kind of require a keyboard cam. I mean, I would have a keyboard cam if I were doing something specifically for Ergodox. But that's probably not going to happen. So is attack true. We're going to say is attack not a Boolean. Name, code variation, block lead, sure. And there's create unsafe. Does script builder have this? Create. Huh. It doesn't. Well, that's very interesting. And add script, validate script, and blueprint is attack. Yeah, let's try that. I hope it just says 55 passing. That's not the same as 55 passing. Validate script did not throw exception. Script ID is not an integer. How did... Oh, whoops. Okay, that's a different problem. Do I play video games? I do. I was playing Diablo 2 Median XL, which is a mod. I was playing that for a little while, and I kind of stopped. And then 2 days ago, I had a friend over to play Breath of the Wild, but I didn't actually play the game. He was playing. Recommend Night Watch. It's pretty good. Night Watch JS. And no, Tom, you shouldn't look at something like this random regex that I wrote and wonder, oh, will I ever be able to do this? It's so regex is a way of pattern matching. That's it at its core. So let's give you a really simple example. You could say something like attack or attack. Actually, you know what? Let's just use regex101.com. Here's a way of testing this. So the regex is the pattern you're matching. So let's say we do something like /w, and then you can type a character here and see if it matches. So /w is what's called a class of characters, and in this case, it tells you what it's matching. It's matching any word character. So A, M, the number 9, those are all matches for this, and you can test it out here. A, M, the number 9. But things like quotation marks are not highlighted. These are not going to be matched, or a slash, or a parenthesis. So all I did is I wrote a more complex version of this pattern here, which was not even really that bad once you understand regex. But yeah, I see this happen a lot on the stream where someone looks at like, oh, hey, here's what a professional developer is doing. I'm never going to be at that level. And then they kind of just give up before even starting. And I don't want people to be dejected from that. If you give up because you don't like it, that's fine. If you give up because you tried it, you gave it an honest shot, and maybe it still wasn't clicking, okay, fine. But if you give up because you just think it's going to be tough, I think that's not okay anymore. You should at least give it a shot. And recognize that while there is some mystery around this from your point of view, that all of this is very logic based and it has a reason for existing and usually has a bunch of articles online. So if you just look up regex on Wikipedia, you'll find a whole bunch of things on here. In fact, this alone will probably teach you a lot about why what I just did worked and why it might be useful. I haven't actually read this article. I'm just saying probably will illuminate some things for you. Browser automated testing done easy. Oh, this is for the UI automation part of things, right? With support for a bunch of other stuff. Is this free? Getting started. I don't see a pricing page, so I'm assuming it's free. Because I was gonna say I could just write this down on a list of things to look into later. Yeah, I don't see any pricing. I'm guessing it is. You could use Selenium, it's open source. Okay. Yeah, these are the kinds of things I'm not actually probably going to do yet. So I'll just start something here, unless I already wrote this. No. End-to-end testing resources. We'll write this. What did I... source. Do you want any apps that can help me with this? So any apps that can help me with this? I mean, the resources that I have are pretty limited at this point. I learned coding a long time ago. So the resources I use probably don't even exist anymore or wouldn't be that helpful. So what I have now is that PDF, which talks about some general things. A lot of what you're going to do is the same as how you learn anything else. You try to find some resources online. You try to practice a bit. You try to talk to other people about it. That's about it. Maybe you take a class in it or something. It's so, like I said, it's not very different from if you learn math or playing guitar. You still need to do it at some point. Okay, so look through this. I should add that. I think we're finally done here. We should try. Yeah, we should try running the game as the final thing, because otherwise we're done and we're in the deploy part and cleanup part. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just make a brand new account. Adam16, A@16. Shouldn't have to type these stupid passwords. Adam16 already taken. Adam17. Adam17 already taken. Now's when we get frustrated and do select name from users. Oh, what happened to... There we go. Yeah, Adam18 is the new one. Okay, now we're going to just mark update users set has completed basic tutorial equals 1 where name equals Adam18. Cool. Now we refresh the page, we log in. Yeah, I wouldn't look at regex. Hey, Jacomus. I wouldn't look at regex if you're trying to learn programming. I would eventually learn it, but that's not the thing I'd start with. Yeah, because remember, it's just pattern matching. So what you're probably very used to at this point is you have some text and you want to find the word done, so you type done. And there are all the matches, right? Everyone who's on this stream should probably be used to at least that. All the regex is going to let you do is search for some slightly different things. So let's say you had done written in lowercase or capital, or it had the E was left off for some reason. It was just Don. Like, that's what a regex is going to help you for. So yeah, you don't need to use that right off the bat. So we don't have a defense. We're going to make one. We're going to give it a script. We're going to give the script something kind of real here. We'll do this, and we'll make it move left. So there's our script. We'll call this move and fire. And we'll create that and put down some blocks. Save. Good. That worked. Although, for me to fully test this, I guess I need to do this. Yeah, color and color with a U is the best example. Yeah, because color is a real word and color with a U is made up. So sometimes when you want to find made up words, yeah, you can use regex for that. Sorry. I can't ever keep a straight face when I say that stuff. So this worked. Let's test this out. They should fire missiles after moving to the left. Yeah, that's working how I'd expect. Hi, her HS. All right, nice. Now let's go make an attack script. Trying to start another war. All right, we're gonna put lasers on this one and thrusters. And make a new script, attack script. This is going to fire lasers and then move to the right. Just making sure none of this stuff messes up. I mean, looks pretty good to me. They're doing what they were told to do. I mean, this thing's gonna die now. I don't care about that. Getting close to losing. Hey, Tupper Box. How goes it? All right, so let's clean up and then check in and then deploy and then really cross our fingers because this is not going to be a super fun process. We should, no, you know what we should do before deploying? The very first thing is back up the prod database. Hey, Egyptian. Graduated in July last year, trying to find a job. What did you do when you graduated? And do you have any tips? So I'm assuming that you're talking about some computer related field, right? Because if you're not, then I have to have very different tips. But in the computer related field, I would say one of the biggest things you can do is make sure your portfolio is as prominent as possible. So if you've worked on any projects, make sure those projects are out there somewhere, even if they're just pictures or videos or a GitHub link, something like that. And if you haven't made any of those, I would say while you're looking for a job, work on your portfolio. Because that's one of the biggest things. It shows an employer that you know how to do what you're going to be hired to do. I wouldn't say it's necessary. I just think that's one of the best ways to differentiate yourself. All right, so clean up. Yeah, not drop the database. I don't know about that. We should probably drop the database a few times. Yeah, so we're going to go through all these files and clean them up. That looks fine. That looks fine. This has the same name as it did before. These things are good. Yeah, a lot of little things changed here that aren't necessarily super important, but that are pretty helpful. And then a lot of things had to change because I'm implementing a new feature. Yeah, looking for a job isn't exactly fun. I think the only fun part is when you find a good match and you get an offer. One is defined but never used, and constants is defined but never used. Why were they used? Edit, blueprint, and script edit. Where are those? Where is script edit? Here. This was used because of, oh yeah, checking to see if we're at the max script. Okay, cool. I like that. Another tiny improvement that was made, sort of unintentionally. No, I don't know about that right now. So I changed a lot of tests. Yeah. I don't usually really crawl through this code a whole lot because it's test code. And I did verify it when I wrote it, and I made sure it was working. It's all about algorithms. Do you memorize them or what? Okay, so my advice here, there's books like Cracking the Coding Interview, which will give you some of these questions. There are also websites online. I forgot what they're called. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the name. But generally what I suggest when it comes to this stuff is try to learn what the properties are of certain algorithms. So let's say you have an array of just random numbers, right? And I say, how long would it take to find a specific number in this array? So some properties of arrays are that you have random access, you typically have it in contiguous memory, and it's linear. And yeah, that's about all you might need to know for this. And so when I say how long would it take to find this, you'd be talking about time complexity. I'm not going to go into this if you don't already know it. One of the things to know though is that if the array is not sorted in any way, then you might have to check all of the elements, which means that the worst case time it would take in this case is O of n. So then you might say, well, how could we improve this in the future? And then you start to learn about, okay, when you have binary searching, then maybe a log comes into the time complexity, and there are other things you can do that maybe you get to constant time with some algorithms, and trees look a certain way for you, and you start to learn these properties. So yeah, it's all about practice. And the reason I mention that is because you can't exactly be taught all of those things of what are those patterns, because the patterns that are going to be meaningful to you might be less meaningful to someone else. So for example, every time I get a tree question, it turns out where I'm struggling with is sorting a tree. And so yeah, you have to look into that. Okay. I think, that needs to be deleted. Yeah. These are good. That should be deleted. That stuff's good. Yep, and commented too. Nice. This shouldn't be there. And this shouldn't be there. Okay, let's look through this file one more time since I just made a bunch of changes. Yeah, every time I construct a script, I need to make sure it has an isAttack property, because we're now categorizing them as either attack or defense. Thankfully, I already did this with blueprints because that was super frustrating. So there's a lot of foundational code that's already there. The one thing I hadn't done is I didn't comment what this was. This lets you know whether the thing that you should, the blueprint / script that you are making or updating should be classified as an attack object. What was Liquidor? Is editing blueprint and attack blueprint. This is a bad name. This is just a bad name. Lower N. What dial? Yeah, Tom, sometimes this will be really fast, but let's say you see me do something like that, and you're like, how is he doing that? You can see at the bottom of the screen what keyboard shortcuts I'm pressing. No, I can't see the long message. Liquidor. I think all of these things should be changed. This is just is attacker. Yeah, and we might already have this property. Is attack. Do we have that? No. We don't have that one. What about here? Nope. Guess we don't have it at all. Well, I'm going to rename this. I think. Right? Yeah, no attack stuff anywhere here. The only thing is this. So let's just blanket finder and replace with is attacker. Did you take a picture of the message? You make 3 commits and haven't pushed them. Number 2 was a merge. Oh, I'm very bad at answering these questions. Get fixed. There's something. There's a site specifically for this. Oh, I found it. Yeah. I'll whisper to you. Well, actually, I'll just put it in the chat. Hey, bot crew. You ever thought of getting a heat map to see what keys you hit the most in a day? No, I haven't. I think it'd be useful on my ergodocs, but I don't think it'd be that useful on this keyboard that I'm using. So all of that's been fixed. Let's go take a look at the rest of these now. Also, any other linting errors? What changed on this line? Oh, the spacing? Okay, fine. Filtered scripts, sure. Sounds good. Sounds good. This is an edit blueprint. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. Some of these things I need to comment. Make sure we deserialize into the client script and not the base class. Serialized script is just an object. Good job, chat. I agree. Good job, chat. I'm laughing just because of the comment, not because of the state of things in this chat. I think things are going well. Scripting this. Yep. Stuff's all working. Good. Ooh, this is bad. These should be the number 12. And not 112 like I just accidentally made them for a second. Yeah, there we go. Custom errors, that looks fine. There is probably one more thing I should check there. Yeah, which is, do I have all the same ones here that I have for script? Script ID is actually not a thing. Huh. I probably just don't need, it doesn't matter. I think it's fine. Well, it does kind of matter. Oh, man. Let's go look at the blueprint and script validator, and we'll look at validate script. Yeah, it does have a way to validate this. It's just its own function, that's why. So it needs to be an integer. Yeah, I imagine programming streams in general are different from gaming streams. But with that said, I still try to make sure that people aren't being huge jerks, I guess. Yeah, this stuff's fine too. Okay, so what do we do here? Categorize scripts as attack or defense. Well, previously, scripts could be shared across all kinds of blueprints. Well, all kinds, only two, both kinds of blueprints. This could lead to strange interactions, e.g. updating an attack blueprints script and inadvertently changing your defense in the process. By splitting the script into two categories, I needed to make a migration that will recategorize all existing, well, not recategorize, just categorize all existing scripts in the database. Also, there is now a maximum number of each kind of script rather than a total maximum number. 12 each. 16 total. Could you ever do a game where you play that game? When you say that game, what do you mean? Botland? Oh yeah, Botland, okay. Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to do is play a couple of games of Botland every day. Just a couple of matches. And I haven't really been consistent about that. The game is online. It can be played. And I wanted to do this at least once every day. That I find someone in the game and then annihilate them if I can. Hey, every single thing has missiles here. I think I tried beating this last time and I couldn't. Yeah, and I tried this strategy too and it didn't work. I still want to try this strategy. Yeah, I bet if I change the script, this is pretty silly. I'm going to do this really fast. Wait turns equals 2. No, we'll say 1. There. Let's try that. So I want to teleport directly into this pocket right here, which may or may not work. And then I guess the same thing over here. So let's try this out. Perfect. And now I reflect all of the projectiles back. Yeah, so if I just put the bots there again, I should kill them. Yeah, nice. That's how Botland's supposed to be played. I'm glad that worked. Hey, Stream 11. Well, no, what didn't work last time is I didn't have that extra wait turns strategy. That wasn't cheating. So cleanup is done. We have no linting errors, and we have our commit message written out. So we can just check this in. There. Now we're at the deploy step. This could go poorly. So there were some stats that I wanted to get first. Oh yeah, check how many attack scripts and defense scripts each player has. Okay, I gotta take the game offline for this next bit. Let me see if anyone's actually playing. I don't think so. Thank you, Tupperbox. Tupperbox just gifted Vlad a subscription. That's very nice of you, Tupperbox. And welcome, Vlad. Man, that was the Liquidor that used to send us pictures of burgers. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's start this process. I gotta do this off screen. everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to take some time. It'll probably lead into lunch. Unfortunately, my lunch won't be a very relaxing lunch because I have that phone call. So I'm kind of worried about how the afternoon's going to go. Oh, man. Topper box. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you for giving a sub to Liquidor as well. And now welcome, Liquidor. You're a sub again. Now I have that robot badge. Man. Yeah, phone call. It's that. Also, Liquidor, I think you're tagging the wrong person here. It was Tupper Box gifted you the sub. Not Fled. Hey, Screeb. Okay, so let me get this over here. Important call about what? I mean, I'm not gonna share the nature of the call, but yeah, I gotta take it. Aw, Mike. Okay, so I gotta do this off screen. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm backing up the production database. It is now done. Good. So now no matter what, we're always gonna have a way to get back to this. Now I'm gonna take the game offline. So we're gonna set this to false. And then we gotta run the whole deploy thing. The call is about blinds. No, that thankfully is done. Let me look at this migration script one last time. This goes through and categorizes based on these rules, yeah. Oh man, alright. Uh-oh, hang on, I just messed something up. Okay, deploy. Antimatter tape. The most exclusive content. Any outstanding commits? Nope. Run the game to see if everything looks good. Yeah, let's do that really fast. Want to make sure nothing went wrong here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. Alright, yeah, here we go. So publish from Lerna, BLL, Lerna, publish. You should buy pizza with this money. Actually, I'm gonna have a pizza party this weekend. You ever tried Lenses? I have tried Lenses many, many years ago, and they were okay. I don't know. Yeah, my wife kept asking for me to give them another shot. No, I'm not going to be streaming the pizza party. This needs to be custom. These aren't even getting modified. I don't like this. Yeah, I'm having a pizza party in real life, not on Twitch, not in any way related to this. I'm just saying that because Tupperbox said you should buy pizza with this money. When should I book my flight? Okay, if you want to come to the pizza party, EJ, you can. It's this Saturday. I'll introduce you to everybody. I won't even charge you money. Like I'm charging everybody else money. No, this is something I didn't want to spend, $100 something on pizza. So I said we're going to split the cost of the pizza. But for you, EJ, you can show up for free. Is doing taxes as a Twitch streamer hard? I don't think so. No. I feel like this was another quest from EJ. Quest, get invited to one pizza party. Quest complete. Don't care about the pizza party. Alright, so that part's done. Now, stop traffic. We already did that. Now we're on the deploy script. My job is this. Yeah, this is my job. I don't really attempt to make money off of this. I'm trying to just finish the game. And then when I release the game, that's when I hope to make money. What info do you need from me for you to get me the ticket for the weekend? Wait, did I ever say I was purchasing EJ's ticket? I don't think that's what I said. I mean, I earn money from it, yeah, but it's, and I don't mean this in a bad way or anything. It's not a lot of money. I never intended for Twitch streaming to be a primary income for me. Yeah, I'm coming to Europe, but I'm only going to 2 countries, and they're not Netherlands and Denmark. In fact, I only planned on meeting one person from Twitch, and that's Hideo. And the reason for that is because, one, I don't know anyone who watches the stream from Iceland, and two, I'm going to be traveling with my wife, and this is not the kind of like, hey, let's go visit everyone from the Twitch stream who is a stranger to you and who you have no bond with. I feel like that's asking a lot. She's heard me talk about Hideo a bunch of times, but yeah, I think if I just visited everybody who I could visit, it'd be a very different kind of trip. Is it because we don't have mountains? No, the mountains don't really have anything to do with it. Iceland and France, that's where I'm going. Okay, yeah, Polish new version. What if we came out there to visit you? Would we get invited to the pizza party? I think there are certain people where if they were to come to Washington, I probably would invite them over. But I don't just extend that invitation to like anybody who shows up on the stream. Because for one, hang on a second, let me cough my lungs out. For one, I think that there are enough people who live in Washington who watch the stream, and I'm not hanging out with them necessarily. And it's not that I have something against that, let's say. It's just that there is only so much time. And if it's not for a celebration or something, and like, let's say we couldn't be continued friends, I don't know. I don't want to open the floodgates, so to speak, where then I feel obligated, where anyone's like, hey, I live near you, we should hang out. And I say, well, yeah, I don't know about that. We're just anybody's dad. No, that's not what I'm saying. What time should I be arriving? I'll bring wine and beer. I have 4 days of follow age. You know, with necromancy. It's not even necessarily privacy. It's also just, what are the expectations? I mean, if you think about it this way, so viewer to streamer means you get to know the person pretty well. Like, my personality on stream is not very different from my personality in real life. But as a streamer to viewer, they're basically strangers most of the time. Like, if I take someone in chat who, I'll give you an example here, like Meek. I know a little bit about Meek. I see Meek almost every day in chat, but I don't know very much. So it's as though I'm just, if I met Meek in real life, it'd be like I'm talking to a stranger almost. And that dynamic is not an incredibly comfortable dynamic. I am fine talking to new people, and I'd say I'm a relatively social person, but still it's not something that I seek out. So run migration, we did this part now. For completeness, push the main repo. Yeah, let's go do that. So yeah, when I say there are certain people who, if they were in Washington, I would say, yeah, definitely, let's hang out. And if you're ever visiting the state, you should let me know. I mean, I might say, oh, I'm busy, or sorry, I don't think it's a good idea or something, but you might as well ask. I've got burgers. Yeah, if Liquidor visited, we will get burgers together. 21 years old, born in France, lived in Canada for 5 years. Now I feel like I know Meek. Now we're best friends. Have I ever met a viewer in real life? Two people. One was... Actually, I shouldn't talk about the first person. But the second person was like 4 days ago. And it was Coffee Traveler. Yeah. I met them at a dinner party. They actually made part of the dinner. It was pretty good. I could have had double that if I went to the Netherlands. Okay, now the migration part of this. Yeah, run the database one if necessary. This is the part I don't want to have to do here. So we go to Debian 1. Does window lurking count? Asking for a friend who has a hamburger. No, it wasn't coffee. No, yeah, you're not the only Dutch viewer. Yeah, so there's a mod of mine / real life friend, Programmer D. Programmer D went to the Netherlands and met Wouter and Endorn. And so that was the first Botland meetup, was those 3 people. And I don't think there's ever been another Botland meetup. I'm a seagull, and that's all the information I'm willing to give. Huh, I don't even know if you're buff, though. How am I supposed to trust you? Hey, Minky. Alright, so Ansible has something here for migration. The first annual, not so annual meetup. So push that code, edit your inventory. You actually need it running. AWS needs to be an account server. So I guess I push everything. Yeah. And then set the expected version. So basically just do a normal deploy and then run migrations after all that. The first Minecraft meetup was in Minecraft. Did I say Minecraft? The first Botland meetup was in Minecraft. Look at that. Adam's first house, 910 PDT. Win by being AFK. So Liquidor, out of curiosity, if I actually visited the Denmark, excuse me, what would you do if we had, let's say, like 3 hours to hang out? Is there a restaurant or something you want to show me, some cultural thing? Welcome back, Btten. It's probably in the ocean somewhere, Ether. This doesn't seem to have worked at all, which I find very surprising because it just did nothing, right? Do I have any sort of backlog? No. This is a little bit worrisome, actually. Ansible account server. Did this not work or what? Do I know where Slovenia is? I don't think I could point it out on a map. Granted, I probably couldn't do that with a lot of countries now. Yeah, every once in a while I'll look something up, like, where's Croatia? And then I'll remember, I'm pretty sure it's slightly northeast of Italy, or like east of Italy and a tiny bit to the north. And then at some point that'll just vanish from my head. So I could probably point certain countries out on a map right now. Not all of them. And Wouter has told me a lot about the geography of the Netherlands. He's shown me pictures, he's shown me maps. Did not absorb all of that information. The biggest planner ever. But wait, what would your plan be? Suppose I said, okay, I'm coming to Denmark. What would you do? Yeah, Wouter, I would probably hang out with you. I love how non-committal I just made that. Like, I'll probably do it. I probably like you well enough. Okay, let me take a look at this off screen for a second. I don't think this is private information. I just need to make sure. Yeah, okay, this one's exactly the same thing that I just ran. So I think we have the new version of everything online now. Now we need to do this. Set expected versions of things. Yeah, so set shared variables. So client version is going to be 17. We need to update changes at some point. What happened to the variable just disappeared? No. Don't save. Here it is. 2.17. Yeah. And then set the game server version to 18. I don't think we have to delete anything yet. I didn't change balance. Well, that's the other thing. It's not necessarily like I said, I'm a social enough person. I don't think you'd feel uncomfortable or anything. But yeah, when you think of what do we have in common that we know we have in common, it's the stream. And then probably things like video games or computers. And then other than that, it's just two people meeting, right? Hey, K-Zool. And hey, Pawn. Pawn, I have a note to myself to tell you that I figured out the mystery. I think I know your exact birthday. The day and the year now. And yes, this is what continuous deployment looks like, is getting distracted every time I try to do something new here. So delete any urgent news, check health, and then yeah, finally run the migration. So we gotta go run the migration now. I really hope this works. Otherwise, this is gonna be super messed up. Yeah, everyone in this stream likes Wouter. That's another thing that everyone has in common. Okay, hang on. Describe scripts. Yeah, I hope this works. Well, it all depends. When normal people meet, chances are they're meeting because, well, they have to be meeting because they're in the same place, right? So how they got to that place, whether it's a grocery store or work or the gym, means that they do probably also share something in common. Hey, Coffee Kills. Wait a second, Coffee Kills. Hang on. Are you Kill Coffee on Reddit? No, it was Coffee Traveler, Tom, not Coffee Kills. Okay, so this is done. So now we need to write that SQL thing again, where we do select user's ID. You are! Oh, so you're the one who posted it. Okay. You actually got a lot of views or a lot of upvotes. I was very surprised to find it. I'm not gonna look at your post history. I don't care that much. I was just wondering if it was you, or if it was someone from the stream who posted the hacking tutorial. Yeah, well, nice, Coffee Kills. Yeah, I got a lot more views and comments as a result of that. Count scripts.id from users join scripts on users ID equals scripts.user ID, where scripts.is attack equals 1, group by users.id, order by C. So I believe we can run this. Whoops, that is not a MySQL prompt. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to run this on production. Good. Okay, that's working fine. And now we're going to run this one on production. And good, that one's working fine too. So I think we are good to go. Let's check the health of all these endpoints. Okay, we have an overseer online, we have a matchmaker, we do not have an account server. So this thing probably shut it down. That is not good. Yeah, it's definitely not good. Aw, man. Gotta run this thing again. That's from the second video. So once this is done, everything should be back online. Although at this point, the load balancer probably ejected my account server from it. So it might take 2 minutes. But I think we're generally pretty good. Yeah, then update changes. Okay, existing scripts. That's done. So this stuff's all done. So now the only other thing we need to do is update changes. What subreddit was it posted on? It's in the Master Hacker subreddit. Okay, so this should be done. So this should be healthy now. Perfect. This should be on version 18, also perfect. And then the only thing is we probably don't have a connection to this yet, but we'll find out. So start traffic to the account server again. Let's go do that, and then we're pretty much done. The deploy should be finished. So we mark this as Troyu there. And now let's go try it out. Yep, that's what I was expecting. So this is going to be offline for another probably minute and a half. Yeah, you guys have my permission to post those videos wherever you want. I don't know, you don't really need my permission. They're just on YouTube. But yeah, I'm all for spreading the word about hacking tutorials. Each of your components in that status should have its own endpoint, return 4xx or 500x. Wait, are you talking about the things that I lumped together here? Like set shared variables or set expected game version? Because yeah, I can definitely improve how my deploys are working right now. This should eventually just be online and working. Oh, nice. There it is. Okay, so let's log in. Hope nothing's super broken. We're going to go into my script, and we should only see defense scripts now. Yeah, I have 4 of them. We're going to go into attack scripts, and we should see all of my attack scripts still. Nice. That get health summary. So each of these kind of has its own, but eventually there's going to be a ton of these. You know, there might be like 5 game servers and 3 account servers or something like that. And this is just at a glance, is everything looking good? That's kind of how I wanted this to be. If any of these fails, there is a lot of logic to try to mend that connection or email me about it, something like that. So it looks like this is all online. So let me just play through this battle. Do I have landmines? I think at some point I have landmines. Where are they? I don't have landmines anymore. Or maybe I never bought them to begin with. Oh, there they are. So they must not have been that helpful, I guess. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put artillery bots around it. Does it have thrusters? No. But it does have repair. Perfect. Alright, I killed 2 bots already. Got rid of damage boost. Actually worked out pretty well. And They have landmines. Wow. That did not work very well. Yeah, that didn't work very well at all. Okay, let's try to finish this up like that. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna go very well either. Oh, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Well, it actually worked. Okay, well, that's that. So now let's go update changes. This is online now. We got the new version. So we're going to get everything from here. Copy messages. Yeah, that's fine. Fix animation problem. Fix how the header looks on mobile. I'll just say minor improvements to mobile styling. Yeah. Yep, that's everything. This is pretty much recategorizing scripts. So I can just write this stuff out here. This is version 17, February 27th. In general, categorize scripts as either attack or defense. In fact, actually, that's the only thing I'm going to write about here. So previously, scripts could be shared between attack and defense blueprints. Now they're categorized as one or the other, meaning they can no longer be shared. I ran an automated process to categorize all existing scripts based on where they were being used. 26 of the 710 scripts in Botland were shared between attack and defense blueprints. In those cases, I categorized the script as an attack script and unassigned the script from any defense blueprints using it. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to write down here. I think that's fine. So there's no way to know from what I just said there if you're affected by this. But I plan on sending out a message or something at some point to the individual people. So do we have anything about is attack? Yeah, I'll just write this here. Find out how many attack or defense scripts players have. Yeah. Hey, DeFreaky. And there, we are done with that. So we've gotten done with a lot of stuff so far. The only thing I haven't done yet is this. I haven't emailed people. We still need to do this, so I'm just going to copy this while I clean up this to-do list a little bit. Yeah, because all of this stuff is done. Cost the plan, update today, examine this, categorize scripts. This is going to be finished attack choice work. Oh, how do you like it, Pawn? Yeah, how do I know the year? That's a good question, Pawn. I know I missed this message from earlier. I'll whisper you how I know. Because, yeah, you gave me a mystery and I solved it. So let me find this. To-do list getting wrecked. It's still definitely winning this battle. But yeah, that's that. Okay. Okay, so now we are on the most difficult portion of this task. And I planned for this to take at least 12 hours. Unfortunately, we're at kind of a weird time right now. It's 11:53. I have that important phone call in about 30 minutes. And that's going to be lunch, too. So lunch plus phone call. So I'll get back at, if I'm lucky, like 1:15. So that'll leave about, yeah, probably 4 hours still. No, not 4 hours. What am I talking about? 3.5 hours. And then all of tomorrow to work on this as well. And that'll put us close to the 12 hours. But I think my momentum's going to get screwed up over the next little bit of time. So still, let's try to see what we can do up until that lunch call. Get rid of the attack choice screen altogether. Yeah, don't forget the important phone call. Haven't forgotten it yet. Yeah, I think this time it's drilled into my head. Spooky. It's not spooky. It's just something it's been scheduled and I need to have it. And unfortunately, it's during the middle of a workday. So get rid of the attack choice screen. Make attack from the landing page go directly into a battle against another player. This is really simple to do, this part. But then there won't be a way to attack yourself. So then add a radio group to test defense. It lets you choose between quick and full test. So quick is already there. So we add a radio button for full test. And the problem is, the way this works right now is you have to enter this mode. And whatever happens when you finally press attack is really important. And that's what's going to have to change. I think that's the biggest part of this. The rest of this is all pretty simple. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just research exactly what's going to change with Redux here. So quick test mode already exists. Attacking another player already exists. So really what I'm doing here is, one, putting attack self into the edit defense screen, and two is allowing you to save attack blueprints and scripts from edit defense. Yeah. Okay. All right, and we're going to keep up this research in just a little bit. I'm going to go use the bathroom really fast. Be right back. AD. And yeah, not standing. So what happens when you press the attack button right now? Events you're using it saves or use for to restore that. You need to make sure these if statements around whether you're editing your defense or not are changed. So basically there was something where are you attacking your own defense? Yeah. This and is editing defense? There's no is editing defense. Just player is testing. Yeah, this is gonna be really, really tough. Yeah. So what happens when you press that button? Streamer time isn't dead, it just whispers it to you. But either way, that's not really super important. It's this. So attack choice has a container. When you finally press the attack button pressed, and it calls setup attacking own defense. Yeah, there's no start time, there's just uptime. And then with uptime, in streamer time, you can figure out the start time. Why did that not do anything? Is this a map dispatch to props? It is. In-game actions. Yeah, oh boy, this is gonna have to change. This is all gonna have to change. I'm gonna do some research for the next half hour probably because I don't want to get too into this task and then have to take a break. How do you traverse your code inside your head 8 hours a day? What do you mean by inside my head? The zipper is broken. Okay, these things are pretty straightforward. What does this do? Set is in game to true. Set is custom testing defense. Yeah, that stuff's all fine too, I think. Then this stuff is all gonna have to change. Because you are considered a defender. Is for testing defense, attacking on defense. It's gonna be really tough. Get defending player. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna have to move to. Yeah, so part of what this does is give the defending player, what does it do exactly? The AI player access to all of your blueprints. Since you become the attacker. Yeah, this will be really tough. No guarantee that you have any code yet for your script. So most of this is still going to happen. I mean, I have all the code for this. It's all just managing state, and that's what's going to be so difficult about this. Okay. And so this is going to happen from a different spot entirely now. We should just temporarily add a button that does this. Well, I should look at how the UI works. And one of the other things I should write here is plan what variables are going to be needed for this, so that I can figure out the totality of state stored. So this whole is defender, is attacker, is testing, etc. What do I actually need here? So let's look at the UI. We're going to find some part where I wrote full test mode here. Anyway, it's one of these things. Or floating edit. Floating blueprint selector. Quick test. So the way that Jason had planned for this to work is you press a test button, then test puts you into a mode where you can pick between quick or simulation, like quick or full. And I think he sent a more recent one. Where is that? Yeah, I don't know where it is. Here, maybe? This. Test defense quick and test defense full. So this is essentially a radio button. But you get to either one of these after clicking test defense. So where does that start? Here, there's the test button. So you click that and it's going to put you into quick mode. Okay. This button should be added from quick test mode, since that's what's going to happen eventually. And then what's going to change the difference in quick test and full test is that we show phases. You're still the attacker, but now you get to edit your blueprints. Yeah. Is that you can edit your blueprints and there will be multiple phases. So entering the mode, and one of the things I need to do is when you try leaving this mode, treat it the same way as if you were canceling out of test mode entirely. And I should write here, i.e. save blueprints / scripts. This is such a good feature to add. It's just, it's going to be very tough to get everything right. So entering the mode is going to have to restore your defense from what it used to be. Just like what happens at the end of a quick test. Which, where does that happen? Test defense. At the end of this, we say restore attacker state from custom test. Play test defense journal. Yeah, what does this do? What about your defense? Where's that happen? Play test defense journal. This must be where this happens. This must set itself up again afterward. Replay journal. No, wow. I don't know what does this. Probably game finish or something. Done replaying journal. There's a callback. What does a callback do? Resolve. Sure. Oh man. It's one of these two functions. Maybe stop journal replay. No. Clean up after replay. Restore positions of defenders. Yeah. Okay, there's a very convoluted. I'll just write this here. So that's what I need to do, is this. I need to call this thing. Where does this exist? Bot moved. How? Oh man. I think part of what needs to happen here is this needs to not be so crazy, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on here that I don't think is clear. There's that the game finished, there's this cleanup after replay, and they're different things. What does game finished do? Route game finished. And what knows how to show the post-match results? Just this? Match results is showing? Oh man, so many of these things. Show match results if it doesn't. Commence game. So this would be if you won, even if you were playing against yourself. Yeah, I think a lot of these functions should be made easier if possible. Yeah, this is crazy. Also, one other thing I was thinking about, given the whole I'm going to be going for a call at 12:30, I wonder if I should just end this stream before it and then start up another stream in the afternoon. Well, farther afternoon. I know it's already 12:11. Yeah, I think that might be better because it would give me a little bit more freedom. I'm not limited to this timer. I don't have to like scramble to brush my teeth or anything. Okay, that's probably what I'll do then. And just leave my bot running. Yeah, alright. I'll change the lunch today command then. Adam has a very important call at about 12:30 his time. That was lunch break, which means a lunch timer. Yeah. To split the stream into two sections. Into two. The lunch break will be slightly longer than the usual 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll just edit this. Yeah, I think that's best. That way, if the call goes long, I don't have to worry about. Yeah, I didn't already get the call or anything. I don't have to worry about. Am I holding you guys up? I'm not sure where to start with this, because I think that one of the things I should do is clean up what I already have, and that would make it easier to work with in the future. But part of any of that, so yeah, we have we have this new feature we want to do. And so that makes me think about cleanup. But that makes me think I need tests so that I know that the cleanup is fine. And that's how these tasks just blow out of proportion here, I think. But yeah, I think there's too much that's going on right now. And there's a lot of properties here too. You need to do the tests after the cleanup? No, what I'm saying is you need the tests first to make sure that they're working even before you've done any cleanup. Because I know the game's working right now, or at least it should be. So then I do the cleanup, and then I'd have tests that would let me run this again. Oh, the way I'm saying it, I hopefully wouldn't be breaking the test. It would be the same functionality. And then once I add the new features, when I'd be changing functionality. So I wonder how I would even write tests for some of this stuff. And I wonder what I can get rid of here. Okay. There's a lot of booleans here. Then this part about replaying a phase. Replaying a phase when you're an attacker was already something that was pretty difficult, I think. I wonder if this is possible now. I don't actually remember this. If I do something in here, so I put down some bots, and I commence and let those bots die, I can watch that phase again, right? I can. Yeah, but this was not very easy for me to implement. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough to do it here too. Huh. Crazy. Yeah, this. If true, you're an attacker playing back the journal of last phase. This isn't truly replay mode because if the simulation doesn't finish playing out, you won't know what the arena should look like in the next phase. So many issues. Yeah, so I think the first goal is going to be to get the phase displays set up, have the defense look correct, and have access to the attack blueprints, including making a new one. Then, well, and also I guess we could say add a button to go back to quick test mode. Well, we need to do that eventually. Man, just it's gonna be tough. So I do wonder, should I write tests for this? I think the answer is yes. I think this is pretty critical. I just wonder how I'd do it. I mean, a lot of this involves changing the UI too. Do I want to write a unit test that does this? Hey, Callie. Today's actually been pretty good so far. I got done with what I wanted to get done with and in the time I wanted it to take. And now I'm starting a new task, but in about 10 minutes I'm going to have to probably end the stream and then come back after lunch and the phone call that I'm going to have. And then when I finally do start tackling the code of this task, I think it is going to be tough. So I still think, strongly consider writing tests for some of this. Figure out where I'd want to write the test, unit, end to end, and then how I'd do that. Because there's so much that can go wrong here. I kind of want to do things like run a simulation, then try pausing it, and then see what happens. So I've got these bots, and let's just delete this. I've got these bots. I hit commence, unknown error, internal server error. You gotta be kidding me. That's just too bad. Too many defense scripts defined. Oh, whoops. I didn't ever restart this. Yeah, whoops. That was a minor mistake. I just have to hit commence now. Well, that should have worked. Unless it's coming from here. Cannot read get component of null. It's because this thing crashed. We're gonna get this to work. Yeah, it's the same error. And I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe the client. That's a shame. This was in attack on defense too. I guess all I did was modify this to delete this, right? And then everything broke. The server shouldn't care about any of that. Yeah, that was probably the only issue. Okay, that's not bad. And now I should be able to do this too. And I just want to see, can I pause this? I can. I can't switch between phases, nor should I be able to. Yeah, I don't know how I would test this for something like that, where I want to try hitting the pause button and seeing if it correctly pauses and sets the state. It's tough stuff. I want to test something like where I pause during a replay and see whether I'm able to change phases. I don't know how I do that. Pure React tests are easy once you have the proper setup, but this involves the arena, that'll be way longer. Yeah. Well, the rendering of the arena doesn't really matter. I mean, I could just cut that out completely. Just not have the pixie div show up at all. I'm just debating how much do I feel as though I need those tests, and how much should I try to refactor what's already happening here, because there are a lot of these booleans that are just used all over the place, and there's a lot of them that are needed to represent everything. This whole is attacking own defense, is in test mode. There's a lot. Yeah, so if I were to design this now, how could I accommodate every situation? You want to test the components having that button, Redux part of it. So yeah, that's what's tough for me to figure out is, do I just want to test, oh, is this button in the right state? Because I don't know if it's exactly that. Or do I want to do an end-to-end test where it automates all of this? I think it'd be really tough. And I think it would be a lot of setup. Let's write this where I left off. If I were to design this now, how would I accommodate every situation? with a set of state values. And then how can I get to that design now, knowing what I'm going to need out of this in the future? Hey, Blob. And then the only other thing I wonder about is, can I make any of this stuff simpler that it takes to, like, playing back a journal, for example? Journalize game over. Yeah, replay journal. Can this be made any easier? Hey, Reformula, let's see. Do you ever continue uploading streams to YouTube or no? You mean how YouTube stops probably like 20 streams ago? Yeah, I tend to do that in batches, like once every month or two. Out of curiosity, do you watch them on YouTube? Because the VODs exist on Twitch for long enough where I didn't think it was a big deal. If you end up doing and testing, especially the React part, if I'm not here, ping me. I have a lot of resources. Yeah, will do. Thanks, Hideo. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that. Yeah, and then look through replay journal. Then see what I can consolidate here. Done replaying journal. Oh, the journal itself knows when it was completed. Oh, man. It's just so difficult. Yeah, this is really difficult. Oh, man. I'm not going to end up writing the test for this, I think. Yeah. Okay, well, again, as per the whole lunch today thing that I have written down there, we're pretty close to the time of the phone call. I don't know if it's going to be early. I don't want to just like cut off mid-sentence and say, oh, remember that thing I told you about, and then just leave. So I think I'll probably end the stream in the next minute, and then the phone call is going to take half an hour. I'll probably take lunch, so I should be back in about an hour maybe. So, yeah. And I'll probably, yeah, I'll leave you guys with Sam, I think. Hey, Patty. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll host Sam as soon as this ad is done. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and be back in about an hour. Hey, lucky number 7. All right, so take care, everyone, and see you later.